green so much, but that's okay. We'll get it. We'll get it just right. We'll get it just right. Get it just right. Maybe these shades are throwing it off a little bit too. Oh, looks fine. Hello, hello, good evening, good evening. We are just starting the nighttime live. We are just getting this rolling. This is going to be the Higher Consciousness Awakenings live here. So happy and grateful to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Maybe I'll go all black. That'll look a little better. The green wasn't showing up so good. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you, good to see you. We'll allow more and more people to roll in here this evening for an amazing evening. Our Saturday evening and Sunday evening Higher Consciousness Talks. Hi, Harlow. Good to see you. For those who have a free finger, if you could smash away and tap like crazy in the beginning, that will help push this out. So if you can tap away like crazy in the beginning, you're awesome. On my forehead, on the side of the screen, and we'll get this out to a lot more people. The first 10 to 15 minutes are incredibly important. Thank you, Winter Jane. Good to see you. So good to see you. If you could mention where you're tuning in from here this evening as you were coming into the channel. Let's get that more centered as well. If you could also mention where you're tuning in from here. I'm here in North Carolina. Good to see you, Carice. I'm here in Minnesota myself. We're going to be breaking down a few things tonight about the spiritual journey. I'd like to go through the transmutation checklist, the emotional scale of consciousness. We got Long Island, New York. We got Palm Springs, California. Excellent. And we'll get more and more people that will be rolling in here once they get the notifications. So thank you so much for tapping out the live here in the beginning, and we'll get it pushed out. It will also be an interactive live as well. I'll invite individuals up to come chat, either ask questions, talk about their own experience, their own spiritual journey. It's always great to hear everybody else's input on what they've gone through, what they've been through, what they're experiencing, as there's many energies moving on the planet right now. There's an immensity of fear moving through a lot of individuals, especially with things going on in the world. As I'm being cut out. As things going on in the world, in the news, social medias, right? There's an immensity of fear overload, and the true journey to spiritual awakening is recognizing that as being a false, right? All fear is a true illusion, and anybody who is using it for their own gain, whether they realize it or not, acting from that place, right? So if there's any spreading of fear, there's always some sort of intention behind it. There's always some sort of intention behind it. Believe what I believe, think what I think, so you can live as afraid as I am. Right, so this will be a higher understanding. It'll be a journey of love. It'll be a journey of freedom, a journey of peace, journey of love, of freedom, and peace, right? Journey of love, of freedom, and peace. A journey of clarity and connection. What does Christ say about even the one lost sheep? Even the one lost sheep. Even if there's one out of the 99 that gets lost, still goes and gets them. And celebrates when they come. Celebrates when they come. Right. So if someone is currently lost in an emotional state, or through deep belief systems or opinions, doesn't mean they're a horrible person or an evil person or stupid. They're just sleeping. Just sleeping. just sleeping. It's an interesting question, tough man. So there are moments along a life journey, a life path that seem like fireworks, right? That seem like big ones. And then truth unfolds itself to a point where it's not a massive big thing any longer. That's the best way I can say it. So you have your energetic explosions, you have your Kundalini experiences, you have your whoa moments. And then a true awakening is more like a remembrance. And it's not as this massive big show or big fireworks. And you just get it. You finally recognize who and what you really are, and you just start being of service in that way. And it starts coming out in service that way. So in truth, many along the journey, but it's hard to pinpoint just one. Good to see you all. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, the catalyst was extreme suffering inside. Extreme suffering inside of the individual to the immensity of I can't live here any longer, right? I can't do this any longer. The why me God over and over and over and over again. What is the point to all of this over and over and over again? So yeah, that was the catalyst. immense suffering is the catalyst to the extremes. But that isn't necessary for everybody, okay? It's not necessary for everybody, right? Welcome in, everybody. Yeah. Yes, all of the questions are a part of the journey, 100%. Consciousness asks the question and consciousness answers the question. And another way I can state it is the teacher will only appear when the student is ready, right? The teacher will only appear when the student is ready. For example, many of you are going to hear certain words tonight, and every single one of you will interpret them differently. There isn't one person in here that's going to interpret the words in the exact same way. All of you are living from your own individualized perspective, in which you've grown, in which you come to your own understandings, in which you've learned. Friends, family, churches, structures with governments, structures with school systems, structures with sports, with all sorts of things, and your television programming, and radio. So you're going to understand things from your own personalized perspective. However, many things can get broken down and torn apart. So I love, honor, and respect all of you on your journey. Welcome in. If you could mention if you're new or returning to the channel, these are getting much bigger very, very quickly as word is getting out, as channel is growing, as my face is getting out there in public more. It hasn't been around in truth that very long. Some people are on social media for 4, 5, 6, 10 years before things start getting big. And this hasn't even been around for even a year yet. So it's starting to grow very, very quickly. And I'm so excited to be here with all of you once again. I go by Josh, Joshua, or Elion. Josh, Joshua, or Elion. If you can mention in the chat if you're returning or if you're new. And then where you're tuning in from. We're going to have people from all over the globe. The Abundance Gang family tuning in from all over the globe. And we got Nisi from San Diego, or from South Dakota. I always say San Diego. Jersey from Texas. Good to see you. We got Overrated returning. Winter Jane returning. Excellent. Pennsylvania. What you'll notice is some people are very dedicated to this journey and path to self-empowerment, the spiritual empowerment, conscious creation, a higher understanding for their own mind and freedom within. Right? Dublin, Ireland. Good to see you. So in truth, the journey is about freedom. Right? Why would you go on a journey of seeking yourself inward, of wanting to know the truth about yourself, about creation, about life, unless you want freedom? So for a lot of people, the catalyst, like someone was asking me, what was your catalyst? Why would you even go on the path, right? An immense amount of suffering. Immense amount of suffering. So some people go through a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, a lot of misery, and then they start to seek something different. right? Even though I had religion, even though I had churches around me, even though I had people praying for me, even though I had everyone saying that, right? Oh, I'll pray for you. I had that all the time, right? All the time. I heard it every other day. I'll pray for you. I'm praying for you. I'll pray for you. I'm praying for you. And every time, thanks. I hope something happens, right? I really hope that this prayer finally breaks through and something happens, right? But it wasn't until the immensity of truth breaking through the being and an incredible amount of surrender. An incredible amount of surrender. And then an understanding of how things are truly collapsing themselves into form. Right? How God is making manifest through light into form. So what we're going to tap on is we're going to tap on some movements of energy. All right, we're going to tap on some movements of energy. What I'd like you to do first, just starting this evening, just go ahead and put one hand over your chest. Just go ahead and put a hand over your chest. I want you to focus on the center right underneath your hand. And I just want you to see a really bright light. I just want you to see a really bright light right underneath your hand in the center of your chest. And as I'm speaking over you, you're just seeing that bright light grow a little bit more. As it's starting to get just a little bit bigger and growing a little bit more. This is bringing you a sense of comfort, a sense of peace. You might allow yourself deeper breaths here this evening. So we just focus on the expansion of that. As we just focus on the expansion of that. Beautiful. Go ahead and type in a 1 in the chat if you've been feeling a lot of moving energies recently. Go ahead and type a 1 in the chat if you've been feeling a lot of moving energies recently. Either emotional energies, shifts in your mind, confusions, doubts or confusions about the planet and other people. That's a big one right now, especially on social media. There's a lot of people angry, frustrated, or confused about everything going on the planet. A lot, yeah. So everything shifts, everything changes. Everything in all of existence changes. Nothing is going to be permanent. It doesn't matter if it's your relationship, your home, your car, your body, your kids. Nothing is going to be permanent, right? Everything is going to change. There are massive changes that happen in humanity every once in a while. There are really big shifts that happen in humanity every once in a while. Humans going through the agricultural stage, humans going through the industrial revolution, humans going through technology revolution, and now humans are going through an awakening evolution. Now, not everybody is, but a lot of individuals are. Why? Because with the advancements of technology, everybody's having access to teachings, to books that they didn't have access to before, teachers they didn't have access to before, and then they're hearing things that are freeing their mind, that are freeing their being. Where before, if you grew up in a city with, let's say, 20 to 50,000 people, you're going to only have the structure of whatever the church is in your town, right? Whatever the pastor is teaching you, whatever is the structure of whatever you're in, that's going to be your truth in that city or town. Now you have massive access to all sorts of other people around the world, all sorts of other teachings. And what happens is the moment you start to hear something that's on a higher evolutionary scale, on a higher level of emotional consciousness, it starts to free your being. It sounds like peace, love, and truth, and you go, oh my gosh, how can that, wait a minute, what have I been listening to? So like I said, the teacher will present themselves when the student is ready, only when the student is ready. Sometimes people will come in here and they will kick, they will scream, they will spit all over me, they'll get very angry. They might say I'm the devil or I'm going to hell, whatever it may be. That happens a lot. Okay, that happens a lot. Why? Because a lot of belief systems start to get broken apart. A lot of belief systems start to get broken apart. So a massive part of this journey is questioning ourself. People don't want to do that. People do not want to question our own self. Why would I question my own thoughts, my own opinions, my own beliefs? Why would I question those things? Why would I ever question what someone is telling me in the world, right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to question anything, right? I don't want to question those things.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
Okay, so Elizabethelina. It's difficult to say. Elizabethelina. You can only control yourself. In truth, not really, until you wake up. So the nervous system, your belief systems, your mind are automatically running themselves. For example, a lot of the times you're having cravings for certain things. You want to do one thing, but your body's doing otherwise. Right? You want to do one thing, but you're doing otherwise. Otherwise, you would always be creating beautiful things for yourself. If everyone was in complete control of their own being, they would all be healthy, we'd be happy, we'd be having positive thoughts, we'd be creating businesses, having lots of money. You'd have a loving relationship, exactly like Paul in the Bible. That's right, Nani. So I know that which I want to do, and yet I'm doing otherwise. Please show me, God, what is going on. Right? I'm thinking one thing, I know what is righteous, I know what I want to do, and yet I'm doing otherwise. I'm doing things that are destructive to my own body, my own mind, my finances, the people around me, my health, my wealth, whatever it is, my spiritual life. So why? Right? Why? So you're going to hear this guy talk in a very different way than anybody else. Law of attraction, manifestation, spiritual teachers, whatever it may be. This is going to be end stage teaching for a lot of you. Okay? It's going to be end stage, end game teaching for a lot of you to truly enter into more freedom. Freedom inside, so you know your inner guidance. And it's no longer the nervous system and the mind which has been programmed that's running you. It's a code that's running and you can't recognize it. You don't see it. So when Morpheus meets Neo in the Matrix, in the movie The Matrix, how many, if you've seen the movie The Matrix, type in the number 1. If you haven't seen it, type in the number 2. If you've seen the movie The Matrix, type in number 1. And if you haven't seen it, type in the number 2.
Everyone does.
You have to let it all go, Neo. Fear, doubt, and disbelief. Free your mind.
Okay, so most people in here have. There's no one that's typed in a 2. That's pretty incredible. What does that mean? Has everyone on the planet or everyone in America seen The Matrix? No, not even close. Yes, it's a very popular movie. It's a very, very popular movie. Okay, but how many people have actually seen it? The ones who are meant to see it, generally. Okay, the ones who are meant to see it, generally. It's starting to break open little things. So what happens with Neo in the Matrix? He's living a certain life, he's thinking a certain way, he's believing certain things. And that's all he knows. That's his only reality. That's all he knows. That's his only reality. And then something comes in and shakes everything up, right? Morpheus and the other people come in and they shake up Neo's world completely. What if everything you've been thinking, what if everything you've been believing isn't real? And I can show you the truth. Then comes there's a moment where he gets offered the 2 different hands, the 2 different pills. He says, look, this journey's not necessarily the easiest thing. Neo, you can choose to live exactly how you've been living. You don't have to change. You can go back to your old patterns and your way of life, and you can continue to live blind like nothing ever happened. Or you can take the much more difficult road. You can take the narrow road. Right? Christ says narrow is the path to life, right? And few will walk it. There are 6 billion people on the planet right now. About 3 billion of them, 3 billion, about half, say, I'm going to heaven, right? I love Jesus, I'm going to heaven. What does Jesus say? Few walk the narrow path, right? Few will enter those gates. It makes no sense, right? When you actually look at what he's teaching. So what is this narrow road of understanding, and what is this awakening process? The ego disillusion, yeah? And then coming to the recognition of the truth of yourself. Coming to the recognition of the truth of yourself. So what's fake? So what's false? Right? So what's fake? What's false? It's a good question, yeah? What is fake? What is false? What am I seeing that is not real? So as Morpheus in your reality, in your story, I start to point out all of the things that are false constructs in your mind and your belief systems and that which you see yourself or the world, and it starts to dissolve, and then it starts to dissolve, and then as it dissolves, you start to see yourself and the world through the eyes of truth. So, vast majority of spiritual teachers or of law of attraction manifestation are very far off the mark if they say, I'm awake. I'm so enlightened. I'm so enlightened. I'm so awake. Run from those people. All right, run from those people. Looking through the eyes of truth. That's right. Okay, excellent. Yeah, the observed and the observer are one. Right, the observed and the observer are one. That's why it's being called the witness itself. So freedom. Go ahead and type in the chat the path to freedom. That's what higher consciousness is. It's the path to freedom. The path to freedom. What does freedom feel like? It's going to be on the higher end of the spectrum of the emotional scale. Spiritual empowerment, courage, strength, determination, love, light, unity, oneness, peace, joy, happiness, freedom. The path to freedom. Right, the path to freedom. Beautiful. On the lower end of the spectrum, this is where the illusions, this is where the programming, this is where the false identities are going to be and lay within you. Hopelessness, despairs, anxieties, worries, fears, angers, frustrations, resentments, lusts, greeds, addictions, all of these are of the lower identities. All right? This is what happens to Paul in the Bible when the truth finally hits him, the true Holy Spirit, when it finally overtakes his being. It says it is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives through me. Right? So much despair, right? So that despair is not eternal, right? It is but a temporary dark cloud over your being and is not real. So as I look at you as the truth of yourself, it's going to feel very real. It's going to feel very heavy through the lens and perspective in which you're seeing yourself in this moment, right? So we learn that every single emotion serves a purpose. Every single emotion serves a purpose. Go ahead and type that in the chat. Every single emotion serves a purpose. Good morning, everybody. For me, it's evening. Good evening, everybody in the U.S. You must be in Asia or something. It's evening here. It's funny. Every emotion serves a purpose. Go ahead and type that in the chat. Yeah, you've been blocking yours for years. That's right. This is what happens. Most people push beach balls down. Suppressing, numbing, hiding, distracting. Paying zero attention to their own self. Using the world or using substances or using physical objects or using people to get away from those emotions. So every emotion serves a purpose. Every emotion is a portal to a deeper understanding and a new version of yourself. Every single emotion is a portal to a deeper understanding and a new version of yourself. Yeah, excellent. So the vast majority of people are being run by the emotions, by the thought patterns, by the triggers of the nervous system. If someone is in fight, flight, or freeze response, they have no control. Their body, their mind, their nervous system is going to do what they do, whether it's distracting, whether it's procrastination, whether it's curling up in a ball, maybe it's fighting and arguing and getting extremely opinionated. It might be getting very dominating fight responses. Right? Very angry. It might be getting very sad and depressed. It might be using something to get those dopamine spikes back up, right? And using the dopamine whatever way possible, right? Whatever way possible. Yeah. So the freeze response, what is that? That's the deer in the headlights, right? I can't do anything. I want to move and I can't move. I want to move and I can't move. So I work one-on-ones with individuals every Monday through Friday. I'm a master in hypnotherapy and neurolinguistic programming as well. I have a much deeper understanding of the nervous system, of the mind, of emotions and thoughts than probably anyone you'll ever hear in your life. Yeah. So those transformations are profound. They're designed to bring you into regulation in your nervous system, bring more freedom in your mind, and more clarity and more peace. Right? It's all about peace, clarity, love, joy, and the expansion of those things. Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy. Why? Because our physical body is listening, and our nervous system is structured to listen. An event happens in your life. An event happens in your life. Let's say a divorce, or let's say a car accident, or let's say you were abused as a child. Your body takes on those safety mechanisms, and it's going to continue using those until there is the freedom of it. That's the best way I can explain it. Until there is the cracking open and the freedom of it, where you're now safe and empowered and you can move into the world in a different way. So oftentimes people find themselves on this journey when they had traumatic experiences when they were younger, or they had very, very difficult, darker times in their life. Right? Difficult, darker times in their life. Some people will find themselves on this journey when they have heavy addictions because they're seeking for freedom. That happens to a lot of people. I can't get out of this. I'm addicted and I want out. So you're seeking and searching and looking for whatever door is possible and you can't find it. So then what does existence do? It finally shows you a door. It says you've been calling and asking on a deep level. Now can you trust when something enters into your reality, into your space? Can you go into it? Right? So there's something I call shadow diving. Right? Those who are willing to shadow dive, you're the ones who are going to get the freedom. Those of you who have enough courage, enough strength to look at parts of yourself that aren't so fun to look at. Those of you that are willing to go within with someone like myself or another to create that freedom, or go within with God. Yeah. Right? And to see the truth of what we're collapsing into a reality through the mind, through the power of the mind. How many of you believe the mind is very powerful? Type a 1 in the chat if you believe the mind is extremely powerful. Type a 1 in the chat if you think the mind is extremely powerful. Now, when I say the mind, I'm talking about thoughts, emotions, intuition, logic, reason, and imagination. When I say mind, I'm encompassing all of those. Thoughts, imagination, emotions, reason, logic, and intuition. Okay? So there's 3 planes of existence in which you're experiencing reality, all at once, always at the same time. So the physical body, that which you're seeing, I'm seeing you right now, hello. Hi, I see you and you see me. So the eyes, right? That which I'm smelling. My nose has always been pretty weak compared to other people's noses. It's just not something that God designed me with, was a strong nose. So I don't really, I smell things, but not to an extreme extent like some people do, where they're like, do you smell that? No, not really, most of the time. Taste, right? The touch, the taste in the mouth. Hearing, that which you hear through your ears, and then that which you're touching. Without those physical senses, you don't have an experience. Someone like Helen Keller, she was blind, deaf, and dumb, right? She couldn't speak, she couldn't hear or see. So she experienced through what? Through smell and touch. She experienced through smell and touch. That was her reality. And she somehow found a way to still be grateful and love life. So physical form is one way, right? We've got the mental plane, your emotions, your thoughts, imagination, reason, logic, and intuition. And then we have the spiritual plane, spirit, which is beyond space-time. It's not under the same constructs. It's not under the same laws that the mind and that your body is. Right? It doesn't have the same laws that it follows. Excellent. So coming into understanding of how powerful your mind is it possible that we can create very difficult situations through ourselves if our mind is hijacked? Is it possible to have generational curses? Is it possible to have spirits? Is it possible to have negative thinking identities that cause very, very difficult situations and suffering in our life? Poverty, illness, disease, pain in the body, broken relationships, broken families. Right? Is it possible for that to happen? Yeah, so if the mind has that power, to cause very, very difficult circumstances and a lot of suffering, would it not have the power to do the opposite as well? To create beautiful circumstances, right? Loving relationships, money, where you attract money into your life, healthy body, a regulated nervous system, you feel more peace, more love, more joy. Through what? The transformation of the mind. Please type that in the chat, the transformation of the mind. What does the Bible say? Be ye there transformed by the renewal of your mind. The mind must get renewed. The mind must get renewed. All right? So those that are on the true path when it comes to religion, they seek the Spirit, right? They go directly to the Spirit for the transformation of the mind. They don't go to a man in a cloak or in a confession booth or anything like that. They go for the direct experience of the transformation of the mind. Yeah, transformation of the mind. What does that mean? It means an identity shift. It means an identity shift. I am no longer that which I thought I was. I am no longer that which I think I am. Right. Lao Tzu has a very powerful quote, very powerful verse. Right. If I give up that which I think I am, I become what I might be. Let that wash into you for a second. If I give up that which I think I am, I become what I might be. The identity shift. So that's the continuing looking at oneself. Is this real? I'm thinking this way, I'm feeling this way, I'm looking at my body in this way, I'm seeing this illness or disease, I'm seeing this poverty, I'm seeing this bank account, I'm seeing this broken relationship. Could it be possible that I am part of that creation and not a victim to the circumstance? Could it be possible that I am a part of that creation, a part of that double-sided coin? Right? Could it be possible? Type a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Could it be possible I'm a part of that double-sided coin on the karmic patterns of existence and not just a victim? So there's a parable in the Bible where a man is coming up to Jesus. And he's very, very sick. He's very ill. He has all these diseases. And he says, please, please, I am carrying the sins of myself and my parents. So the man has a very deep recognition that he's carrying generational curses. He's like, not only have I sinned in my life, but my parents and my grandparents. And it has gone through the generations of the DNA, of the cells, of all of it in my body. Heal me, cleanse me, get rid of this. Right? Through the transformation and renewal. So oftentimes people are living through parental circumstances, right? Grandparent circumstances, with belief systems, with thoughts, with patterns, with ill bodies, all sorts of things. This is a generational curse that I point at and I point to. You will know if this is you if your whole family is always broke. You will know if this is you if your whole family is always sick and diseased. You will know if this is you if everyone in your family gets divorced. Right? Karmic cycles. No one else in the family has gone on the path of freedom and true awakening. They might say, I love Jesus, or I go to church, and there's no breaking of anything. There's no breaking of chains. There's no breaking of cages. There's still a massive amount of bondage upon the beings, right? Massive amount of bondage upon the beings, right? So what's going to break the cycles is the removal of the identities, freedom of the belief systems, where higher mind, where spirit starts to move in and overtake all of these circumstances. So for example, I can work a lot with your mind, I can work a lot with your emotions and your thoughts, and that can make a massive difference. However, truth of spirit will always make the biggest impact. Always, always, always. Right? Beautiful. So when I say higher mind or higher consciousness, what does that remind you of? Everybody has their own meaning that they create in their mind or that they think of, right? Their own meaning in their mind or that which they think of when I say higher consciousness or higher mind. What does that make you think of? Go ahead and type in the chat. What words come to mind when you say when you hear that? For those of you who are tapping is clapping, tapping is loving. It helps push out this channel as this is growing and growing and growing and growing to an immense level. You're all awesome. So tapping is clapping. Let's get that up. Higher thoughts, pure version of yourself, real truth, one with greater source, peace, light, love, solutions flow with ease, subconscious, beyond the ego, who we are meant to be listening within, following God's guidance. Third eye, body, mind, and spirit. See, what I'm pointing to is everybody's going to have their own meaning, right? The mind, your conscious thinking mind, is creating its own pictures, its own meaning of what it is, right? So there's going to be 3 levels of mind. 3 levels of mind. So you have your conscious thinking mind. These are going to be your thoughts. This is going to be what you think you are. The best way I always explain this is if you've seen the movie or seen the show The Simpsons, Maggie is in the passenger seat, or the little baby, right? And then the mother's in the real seat, and the little baby has a fake steering wheel, and she's going beep, beep, beep. I have all this power. I'm driving the car. Beep, beep, beep. I'm driving the car. And then what's really driving the car is the mom. When it zooms out, and the mother's really driving the car. And then we zoom out even further. So your unconscious mind, that which is how you know how to walk. It's how you know how to breathe. It's how you know how to speak in your language right now. How many of you speak in English? If your main native language in here is English, you're going to have English thoughts as well. Some of you, your main language might be Spanish, and you think in Spanish. So that which you are programmed with, right? The unconscious, and it's happening automatically. It's also going to be how you know how to brush your teeth, how you know how to take a shower, how you know how to cook food that you've cooked before. I know how to do this. I know how to make a sandwich, right? How many of you know how to make a sandwich? Why? Because you've done it before. How many of you know how to pour a bowl of cereal? Because you've done it before, right? Maybe you know how to cook a steak because you've done it before. So that's the unconscious. It learns. This is an information system that is always learning. Every cell in our body, our DNA, is constantly exchanging information and learning. Every cell, all of your DNA, and your brain is always exchanging information and it's learning. So a lot of you have learned what? A lot of people have learned suffering, misery, and how to try and stay safe. So every single animal, every single insect, every single creature on the planet is going to try and survive. I don't care what it is. It's a mosquito, it's a gnat, it's a spider, it's a deer, it's a dog, it's an alligator, it's you. You're going to try and survive. This is built in. It's built into your cells. Every single creature in all of existence is going to fight for survival. Please type that in the chat. I will fight for survival, because guaranteed it will happen. It's built into your code, it's built into your nervous system, into your body. Every single being will fight to survive. But does that mean that you're going to thrive and live a beautiful life? Every single being is going to fight to survive, no matter what. It's built in. It could be a frog. It could be a frog. It's going to try and survive. It's going to try and live. It can be the swan. It can be birds. It can be seagulls. It can be a bug. Or a human being. So this is automatically built into your code, into your nervous system to fight for survival and to try and stay alive. However, does it mean that your body and your mind and your nervous system has been programmed to thrive in a beautiful way? Does it mean that your code is designed to live with a lot of money, beautiful relationships, healthy, happy families, and a lot of beautiful things growing all around you? No, right? No. Hi, Lena. Welcome in. So sometimes when I talk about Jesus or Christ, a lot of people run. The second they hear the word Bible or Jesus or Christ, they run because there's a lot of deeper belief systems of hate or guilt or rejection, not enjoying the system, right? So in truth, his words, his parables, his teachings are designed to free you. They're designed to show you truth. They're designed to free you. And they're designed to free your mind, free your nervous system from the constructs of the world. What does he say? Your battle is not against flesh and blood, but the principalities and powers of the darkness and evils of this world. He is pointing to everybody that is in higher positions that understands the power of the mind and how to program you in all of the matrix. These people that own television, the people that own radio, the people that own big corporations and substances that you get addicted to, do you think they're stupid? The people that own credit cards, do you think they're stupid? Every system is designed to turn you into a battery. Right? Every system is designed to turn you into a battery. He says, let him or she continue seeking until they find. When they find, they will become troubled. You will become very troubled when you find. And then after that process, you will reign over the all. Why? Because you recognize how much power you truly have. You recognize the true source that is running through you and how the power that you're giving other people in other circumstances are what's truly controlling your life. Okay, excellent. So, for example, if someone ever meets me, any sort of witchcraft, any sort of voodoo, any sort of tarot cards, any sort of these psychics, they lose all of their power. Every little bit, it drops away. I don't care what it is, any power that's in the physical that we're giving to a physical piece of paper or a doll or magic or spells, it loses everything. It turns into fairy dust. So if someone feels like they're cursed by things, or their psychic told them this, or they pulled a card and it said they were doomed, or they had a black dark magic spell, or whatever it is, you find this voice, you find this channel, and it will hold zero power over your being. None. Fairy dust. Right? Why? Because the truth sets you free. You come into understanding that which your mind is collapsing into form and giving power, it's gaining more power over you. This is why those that are continuing focusing on the evils and injustices of the world are doing themselves and others no favors. If you're very focused and heavily opinionated and angry about everything going on, you're doing yourself and no one else any favors. The true change that you're looking for in the world is going to come through an emanation of love, of peace, and of a higher mind, a higher understanding that we're all one together. And what does Christ say? Love all brothers and sisters as yourself. So the judgments, the angers, the resentments, the fears, these are all lower entity energies that are trying to take away your power.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
So, and he points to it changing the human being into this, which is a battery. Which is a battery. How many people, maybe including yourself, do you feel like you're in a never-ending rat chase that you can't get out of? You're in a hamster wheel and you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're getting exhausted and frustrated. I can't get out of this hamster wheel. I can't get out of this situation. All right, I can't get out of this hamster wheel. I can't get out of this situation. Let's go, Nisi. Used to feel like that. That's right. Dang straight used to feel like that. The old. Write that down. I used to feel this way and now I feel this way. Now this is who I am. All right, now this is who I am. Excellent. So, in all of existence, through all of humanity, there have been slaves. Regardless. Even if it is prettied up in a certain way. All of humanity, all of existence, there's always been some type of slaves. If we are living in a place of, I can't get out of this situation, I'm stuck. Are you in a cage or are you in a prison? Or are you free? Right? Are you in a cage or are you in a prison or are you free? A lot of the time someone thinks that they're free, but they live in all sorts of terrors and tremors in their own mind, all sorts of negative thinking in their own mind, a lot of hopelessness, a lot of despair, a lot of depressions, a lot of sadness or grieving in their own mind. Is that freedom? Right? So there's going to be certain cages, certain structures and prisons, right? So how do we find ourselves in those situations? Is the schooling system, elementary school, middle school, high school, and college, are they designed to help you get rich and be free? Or are they designed to get you into the system where you're going to work for 60 years in your life and be miserable and hopefully enjoy the last 5 years of your days? How is the system designed? Right? They will never teach you about money. It's not going to happen. High school, middle school, elementary school, they will never teach you about investing and multiplying your money and all those things. Why? Because they don't want you to know those things. Why would they? We must keep the hamster wheel going. Right? We must keep the hamster wheel going. So I'm going to tell you something. There's 400 million people in America and a lot more than that in the world. There's 182 of you in here right now. Right? Very few people hear these words. Very few people hear and understanding and teaching on this level. So you're meant for it, okay? If you're calling for a deep level of freedom, you're meant to hear these words. I welcome you in. This is the highest vibrational community you're going to find anywhere, on all of anywhere. I don't care where you look on social media. I promise you, right? Align higher, live fuller. This channel is built on what I call the 7 divine frequencies, which is peace, love, joy, harmony, health, wealth, and money. So if you feel called to create those things in your life, for yourself and for others around you, I welcome you in. You're a beautiful soul if you want to expand beautiful things. If you can hear the calling of love and light, if you can hear the calling of peace and bringing more growth and beauty to the world, seeing green grass grow around you, seeing people smile around you. Thank you, Candace. You're a beautiful soul if you want to see others laugh, sing, dance, play, and live prosperous. And live prosperous. Now, there's a lot of other people that hate that. There's a lot of people that hate these kind of teachings that teaches prosperity or joy or love or peace or oneness or the power of your tongue. There's a lot of people who hate that stuff. Why? Because it frees others. Because it frees other people. Can't have that. I live in the city of darkness. Can't have anybody walking in the city of light. If you see a city of light that is lit up on a hill, it's going to shine very bright, and it's always just going to wait for when you're ready to go. When you're ready to start walking towards it, it's going to be ready for you. However, when you're trying to leave the city of darkness, there's going to be a lot of things that try and pull you down, including your own self, that which you think yourself to be. So, The ego identity will purposely make it hell for you. It'll make it very, very difficult, all right? It might be your friends, it might be your family, it might be your coworkers, it might be a boss, or it might be your own self that makes it very, very difficult to walk into a place of freedom. As designed specifically for your journey. I talk about the hero's journey a lot. I sent out that email recently. If you see the Abundance Gang email, make sure to read the hero's journey, as it's also very powerful in there, right? Because you're the hero. Please type that in the chat. I'm the hero. There's no one else in your journey that's going to wake up to courage, to strength, to love. There's no one else in your story that could wake up to the truth of the light of God or Christ. You're the hero. No one else can make the jump. No one else can dive in. No one else can look at the emotions inside of you. No one else can look at all of your memories or your thought patterns. No one else is going to go into the world and make money for you. Unless you're married, right? It's different if you're married or have a partner that wants to love you and take care of you. When it comes to money, that's a little different, but they're not going to create that freedom inside of you. Even if you have a very loving relationship, a very loving husband or wife, they can't create freedom inside of you. It won't happen. It has to be you, right? You have to be the one to do it. So when I talk about you're always experiencing through your own awareness, you're always experiencing through your own awareness. Please type that in the chat. I am experiencing always through my own awareness. Let's go, Sonia. I'm always experiencing through my own awareness. If you're walking through a grocery store, you're there, you're experiencing it. If you're driving on a highway, you're there, you're experiencing it. Right now, you're hearing my voice wherever you're at. Wherever you're sitting or wherever you're standing right now or laying down, right? You're experiencing it through your awareness. So in the shifts of what you become aware of, it's going to change your reality immensely. In the shifts of what you become aware of in your experience, it's going to shift your reality immensely. There's a lot of people on the planet that are more aware of what's going on in the news or what's going on with Doja Cat or Beyonce. I don't know who's popular anymore, but there's people that are more aware of what's going on in those things than they are in their own world. Right? There's people that are far more aware of what someone else is doing in life than their own life. So as you become more and more aware of your own life, of your own mind, of your own circumstances, of your own emotions, these things have an opportunity to start to shift. Doesn't mean they're going to shift right away. No. Right? I can give you lots of tools and lots of pointers. The one-on-ones, I'm going to be biased, are always the best. Right? I'm just going to say it that way. They're always the best. Lots of transformations, lots of testimonials. If you feel called at any point for a one-on-one with myself, it's an hour-long FaceTime, sometimes 2 hours if people want more time, right? And it's about bringing more peace, more love, more joy, and higher understandings, whatever you're going through. I always meet someone where they're at. I don't say you're a terrible, horrible sinner. What's wrong with you? You're behind the curve. Why are you thinking this way? Why are you feeling this way? What's wrong with you, right? Hi, Winter Jane. There's going to be a little pin link on the bottom. Just say that you're interested here and I'll send you the details and you can decide if it's right for you there. Excellent. Yeah. So why would something like neurolinguistic programming or hypnotherapy or techniques sometimes work? Let's say tapping. How many of you have ever tried EFT tapping? Any of you know what I'm talking about when it comes to EFT tapping or somatic releases, all sorts of techniques, right? So what are they trying to tap into is into the energetic programming of the unconscious mind. They're trying to tap into the energetic programming of the unconscious mind. Here's where it misses the mark in a very big way. All right, any of these techniques that people are telling you to do this, do that, do this, do yoga, do tapping, do somatic release, do this, do this, do this. The reason why it doesn't work for everybody or a very few, and maybe you feel good for a little bit, all right, is the higher mind, the higher lesson has not truly been learned from from a soul perspective, okay? Once it gets learned in its depth and entirety, then you no longer have to experience the things in the same way. But if you're trying to shortcut it and say, I don't want to feel this, 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 tap, 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 you're going to be tapping for the rest of your life. I promise. And this is why they never get away from it. People that are tapping every day for the rest of their life. Do you see this guy tapping? He used to. He used to tap. Right, this guy years and years ago used to do that. I'm feeling this way, go away. I'm feeling this way, go away. I love myself. I love myself. Tap, tap, tap. All right. Okay, so you're tapping on the screen. You're awesome, Celeste, right? You're all incredible. I love you so much. Thank you for all the taps, all the likes. Tapping in another way. We're tapping into your soul. Tapping into your fire. Tapping into the soul, yeah? Tapping into the real connection. Tapping in there, all right? So, when the higher mind, when the higher understanding starts to move into the nervous system, why was I programmed to feel this way? Why am I going through this emotion? Why am I not safe? This is why those one-on-ones are so powerful, because we figure out on a deep level at the core. For example, your conscious mind is not figuring out your unconscious. A lot of people will say, just program your unconscious, just figure it out, just tell your unconscious what to do. The word itself, please type in the word unconscious. Just type in the word. Type in the word unconscious. Just type in the word unconscious. What does the word say in itself? In itself, what is the word saying? It's describing itself, right? It's describing itself. What is it saying it is? What is it saying it is? It's unconscious, right? You're not consciously aware of it. What do so many people tell you to do? Become consciously aware of it. Just tell it what to do. Everything will... So in truth, you're on a different journey now when you hear this guy's voice, okay? As I tell you, I'm way different than any other person on social media you're ever going to hear. It's going to show in your perfect divine timing for your life. That which is unconscious will be shown in your awareness in the perfect divine timing in your life. So if you're in a one-on-one with myself, guess what? It's your time. If you're in a one-on-one with myself, guess what? It's your time. It's your time to feel some more peace. It's your time to feel some more joy. Right? It's your time to feel more connected. It's your time. Right? Beautiful. Other people that will tell you will just figure out everything going on with your unconscious. It is in the word itself saying it's below the level of conscious awareness. You're trying to figure it out from up here, from trying to think about it and figure everything out from those thoughts. So they will show themselves through a great level of clarity, a great level of clear eyes and a higher mind. This is how that unconscious finally gets, and patterns get ripped open. This is how those generational patterns get ripped open. In truth, the Holy Spirit is the highest light in all of existence, right? It's the highest of light, highest of mind. It is the great guide. It is the great pointer to all freedom. It is the pointer, it's the guide to all freedom. So it's going to point to a lot of things in the mind. It's going to point to a lot of things in emotions. It's going to point and guide, point and guide, point and guide, point and guide. Not that way, this way. No, not that way, this way. No, not that thought, this thought. No, not that emotion, this emotion. Over and over and over again. You just leveled up, universe. The universe just leveled up. Everybody give a clap. That's pretty funny. Perfect timing. The universe just leveled up. Synchronicities. I told everybody in here, look out for synchronicities and signs. If that isn't a sign, I don't know what is. Having it say the universe leveled up in here. Right? I don't know what a sign is if that's not one. Whoops. All right. So transmutation. Transmutation is a massive part of this journey. You're transmuting that which is no longer serving you. And on that path, you're going to generally get a little frustrated. You might get a little sad, or you might get, why can't I control this? For example, someone's addicted to something. Normally, friends or family will bring it up to them. You need more self-control. What's wrong with you? Right? You need more self-control. And then what happens? That person becomes very discouraged. They beat themselves up. They become shameful or guilty. You're right. I don't have any self-control. I don't know what's going on. Right? Do you think that person hasn't tried? Most people that have addictions have tried to quit. Is the person truly in control? Or are there mass evil geniuses that understand how to hijack your mind and how to hijack your nervous system and your brain? They know how to hijack it so you're not in control. There are people who spend 60 to 80 hours a week on a video game that don't shower. Do you think they're in control? There are people who spend all of their money and all of their time on a slot machine until they die, basically. Do you think they're in control? There are some people who will smoke 5 packs of cigarettes a day until they're in the hospital. Do you think they're in control? Right? So this is where I meet somebody on a very high level of understanding and mercy and realizing, guess what? You don't have as much control over this as you think you do. Does that mean you're stuck forever? No. No, right? Does that mean you're stuck forever? No. If you feel called to on your journey, Amy, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not something I'm going to talk about in here. Right? If you feel called to do that and you feel like it's necessary for yourself, then do it. That is just not something that I talk about in here. There's 3 different levels of consciousness, okay? There's spiritual consciousness, there's health consciousness, and then there's wealth consciousness. This channel embodies all 3. So health, spiritual, and wealth. This tonight is about spiritual. This tonight is about spiritual consciousness. What is that? It's a very deep level of understanding, of connection, which feels like an immensity of peace, of spaciousness, of love, of joy. Why is love so powerful? Type in the chat why you think love is powerful. Anybody have an idea why love is powerful? Is love weak or is love powerful? Let's put it that way. Is love weak or is love powerful? Elevates frequency, powerful. Love is God. Thank you, Tiff, for the hand heart. Thank you, Tiff. Welcome in. Yeah, is love weak or is it powerful? It's a double-edged sword. It's not exclusionary. Love is power. Love is light. It's the root and spark of all creation. Amanda, you've been in here for a while. You've been listening to these words for a little while. Love is powerful. Power, both. So powerful. Okay, so there is the human love, which can be very fleeting, which can be weak, which can become a broken heart. That which the mind attaches to objects, to beings. I love my coffee, I love my music, I love my whatever in life. Very fleeting, and it can be broken very easily. Now, the truth of the immensity of the existence of love itself, God is love, as it points to in the Bible many, many times. God is love, God is love. What does that mean? It means that which is beyond all space-time, that which is the primordial essence of all things, of all beings, the underlying essence is love. The underlying essence is love. There is no life, there is no creation, there is no physical reality without love itself. It can't exist. It can't exist. So when you tap into that primordial essence, when you tap into the truth of the Creator's love, it starts to transform everything in your life. It starts to transform everything. And it's not the fleeting love. It's not the attached love. It's the unconditional. And this is where 99, I don't know how many people, 98, 99% of people, they don't understand it, they don't feel it, and they can't get it. Right? How could there be such a thing as unconditional love? Some people say, I love them unconditionally. Are you sure? What if they did something horrible to your kids or something horrible to your parents or whatever? Are you sure you unconditionally love them? Just wait until something awful, right? This is why we love little babies and little children, because they're living from that pure essence, right? They're living from that pure place of unconditional love. Even if they're abused, even whatever, they love them. They love everybody and everything until they grow up. Until they grow up. Right? So, what does Christ say? Right? Unless you transform and be that of a little child, you will never enter the kingdom. Right? Unless you transform and be that of a little child, you will never enter the kingdom. The transformation back into the purity and essence of yourself, the innocence and joy of yourself. Right? Being of a little child. It doesn't mean becoming immature. A lot of times when people hear that on the journey of activating your inner child or being that of a child, they think it's like, I'm just going to be immature and not care about anything. I'm going to FOMO. Or YOLO. I'm going to YOLO. You only live once, right? I'm just going to do whatever now because I'm a child and it doesn't matter.
You have to...
Everyone tells you what to do and what's good for you. They don't want you to find your own answers. They want you to believe theirs.
Then let me guess. You want me to believe yours?
No.
No, I want you to find out for yourself. But I'm a pointer, I'm a guide. I'm a pointer, I'm a guide. And I can cause a immense amount of awakenings or freedom inside of yourself. YOLO. YOLO. Powerful because it helps us to all understand and care about each other at all levels. Yes. So, if you wake up to truth and you see everyone as a reflection of your own self, there's no separation. You're all sons and daughters of the same God that I am. We're all connected in the same love light. I cannot hate you. I cannot harm you. Why? Because I'm harming my own self. I'm hating my own self. I'm causing karmic bonds in my own heart, my own resentments. Even if someone comes and kicks, screams, punches, spits on my face, what does the Bible say? Love your enemies. If they smack you on the cheek, give them the other cheek. What does Christ do on the cross? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. All right? Why? Because he's teaching truth. And he's saying this body, this physical body, is nothing compared to the immensity of existence of the all. Right? This physical body means nothing compared to eternity. That's what he's proving. He's like, look, it's a physical body. Compared to eternity, it means nothing. Are you going to bind yourself in this earth, or are you going to loose yourself, right? That which is bound on earth shall be bound in heaven. That which is loosed on earth shall be loosed in heaven. All right, skin suit, right? However, it's a beautiful way to be of service and to come into higher understandings. This is the best way I can say it. A lot of people live this way. They live whatever life that they live with no looking for anything. And then the moment someone's going to die, go to the light, go to the light, just go to the light, right? You're dying, go to the light. Why are people not doing this while they're alive? Okay? Why are more people not going to the light while they're alive and they're waiting until they're dead? Uh-oh, I lived a pretty awful life. I better go to the light. I better search for the light now because I'm leaving the physical body. Why would we not search and look for the light while we're in the physical form? And we're just waiting until we're gone. So if you know Paramahansa Yogananda, if you know who that is, type a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard that name, Paramahansa Yogananda. Some of you, maybe not a lot of you, but some of you. One of the most powerful yogis that ever has traveled on the planet, and he came over to America to teach true Christ consciousness and to connect to that within. Very powerful yogi, but he was also teaching of Christ as well. And he left the body in a very beautiful way. He just left the body during a meditation. People are like, what? Right? He was in a very, very blissful meditation, and he left the body. Gone. No, nothing, no pain, no suffering, no nothing. Just leaving in pure bliss, pure joy. See you later. Yeah. See you later. Bye. See you later. Bye. I'm ready to move onward. Right. So he was teaching that the greatest journey anyone can ever go on is the search for God. The greatest journey that any soul can ever go on is the search for God, or the search for truth. There's no other higher or greater journey for your soul. Right? There's no other higher or greater journey for your soul. Yeah. Did he charge to teach? Possibly in some points, but he probably got blessed in many, 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 many ways. People probably gave him all sorts of money everywhere he went. Right? People were willing to support his journey in a massive way because they knew it was serving all of existence and themselves in a powerful way. So they were willing to uplift him with lots of blessings and lots of money. Yeah, excellent. So there's no greater journey for any soul, for any human, than the search for freedom and the search for God. How could there be? How could there be? Right? It's Paramahansa Yogananda is his name. But he was also teaching Christ consciousness and bringing that up from within. Bringing that up from within oneself. So one of his books is Autobiography of a Yogi. Autobiography of a Yogi. You could just say it out loud into a search engine. It would know what you're talking about if you speak to it. Right? If you speak to it. So, fears, anxieties, worries, despairs, depressions, hopelessness, illness, disease, jealousies and envies, lusts and shames and guilts and addictions. Right? How are these things formed? How are these things designed? How are they controlling us? And where is the freedom? Yeah. How are they controlling us? And where is the freedom? So the best way I explain it for a lot of people that start this journey is, Josh, my mind is going nuts ever since I started listening to you. These thoughts are going crazy. What do I do? You have a wild horse, and we're starting to tame it. This wild horse doesn't like it so much. If you go into the wilderness, or you go to a farm and there's a wild horse or whatever, if you try and put a saddle on it, if you try and throw a rope around its neck, what's it going to do? Right? If we're trying to throw a rope around a wild horse, what is it going to do? It's going to buck. It's going to go crazy. That's right, Lori. That's right, Sprinter. It's going to go nuts, right? It's going to fight. You don't control me. You don't own me. This is what's happening with a lot of your minds, with a lot of your thoughts. You don't control me. You don't own me. I own you. I tell you who you are and what you are. I tell you what to do. You're a worthless piece of garbage. You're ugly. You're fat. Why are you even here? You should be ashamed of yourself. Why don't you feel guilty? Why don't you go grab that food or that substance or whatever, and you're going to feel better? Oh, you think you can start a business? Nah, you can't do that. Why don't you go turn on the television? That's all you're good for. Anybody go on a little journey as I speak over you like that? I know that might hurt a little bit, but I'm doing it for a purpose. Right? Doing it for a purpose. Yeah. So I do this a lot in the morning and nighttime lives. For those of you who don't know, this is just a special thing I do on the weekend for those that are wanting to dive in a deep, very deep level spiritually. into a place of truth, so I make it very special for Saturday and Sundays. But every Monday through Friday morning, we have a very uplifting, energizing, empowering, activating, and affirmative live. They're 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you ever want to come in there, they're awesome. They're very, very uplifting, and you'll be like, wow, I have so much energy and light and love, and it's incredible, right? So oftentimes I have us do something in there just so you can understand. Go ahead and take your hand right now and just move it with me, okay? Wiggle your fingers, move your hand. Just wiggle your fingers, move your hand for a second. Go ahead and move your neck side to side. Crack your neck if you need to. Loosen your neck. All right? Roll your shoulders, loosen your shoulders as you feel yourself becoming more relaxed. I know you might feel a little tense right now. It's okay. I know you might feel a little tense. It's okay. I love you. Okay. Go ahead and wiggle your toes. Wiggle your toes, move your feet. Wiggle your toes and move your feet. Okay, and now go ahead and shut off all your thoughts and shut off your mind. I'm just seeing how long I can be quiet until people start running. Oh, we gotta get out of here. How many of you went on a journey? How many of you went on a journey? What happened? What happened inside of you? Hi, Sprinter. There's lots of things going on for this channel. Lots and lots of things going on for this channel. So there's morning and nighttime lives. I post on the YT as well for some of the recordings. There's also ebooks that are offered for the channel. There's a free ebook. Okay, and then there's paid for ebooks as well. There's also music that is designed for emotional resonance and to cause your nervous system to have a kick of a certain emotion. They're all on the Personal Abundance Gang place. I gotta be careful with my words. They're all on the Abundance Gang place, right? So depending on what you're looking for and how you want to dive in, there's lots of things going on with this channel. And then I also have the one-on-ones that I work with people that are wanting a greater level of freedom or peace inside. Let's go, Sonia. You've also been on a journey, right, Sonia? So for anybody who's new that's never been through that before, for anybody who's new or never been through that before, you're just not going to just have the ability to shut off your thoughts, right? Regina cleared your thoughts and enjoyed the silence. Beautiful. So the reason it's able to happen for you right now is because you're within a field of energy that knows how to bring you to that place very quickly. It's like in the nighttime lives. Wow, Josh, I feel so much at peace. My mind is so quiet. I can sleep now. I'm sleeping the whole night through. I'm having beautiful dreams. So this guy's able to hold a field all around you to bring you into that place. Try and do that same thing when you're alone or you're driving or you're at your work or you're with your friends. Just try and shut off all your thoughts, okay? Just try and shut off everything. So the reason why it might be easy when you're in here is because of the field of energy where I'm able to bring you very deep inside very, very quickly. Even if you're just looking at my eyes, sometimes people they get hypnotized a little bit. My mind is quieting down. What's going on? Yeah, thoughts of a blank screen. Why? So it's much easier if someone is in the environment with myself for their mind to quiet down. Why? Because those wild horses don't have power over this guy. Those wild horses don't have power over spirit. They don't have power over Christ consciousness. They don't get to just do whatever they want in those environments. Right? Peace and love is far more powerful than any of those other emotions. True peace, true love, it holds the essence of all power and all of existence, right? And it's not coming from a place of judgment, of shame, of guilt, of saying you're a horrible person. Why are you thinking that way? Why are you feeling that way? None of it. It's a pure allowing of existence of God. So then that brings an immensity of clarity and immensity of peace to your mind very, very quickly. Whoa, where did all my anxiety go? Whoa, where did all that, what's going on? What's going on inside of me? You're getting a spark of what freedom feels like. Is anybody who's listening to my voice tonight getting a spark of what freedom feels like? Because that's experienced inside of you. That's experienced inside of your own awareness. When the waves, they come into an immensity of peace and in calm. When you can start to hear the needle drop. You can start to hear the pin drop. Where the mind is no longer running the show, and it becomes a tool in the tool belt. That's the best way I can say it. You still use thoughts. You tell thoughts what to do. You're telling thoughts how to create. You're telling thoughts what to do. And it's no longer the other way around. It's no longer all these voices that are saying you're a pile of garbage, I hate you, you're worthless, you're miserable, you're never going to amount to anything, why do you even try? You might as well just give up. Why are you even here? So this guy had the worst of devils and demons in his mind. The worst of the worst. With an immensity of illness and disease and not wanting to be here any longer, all sorts of things, right? I got to be careful with my words because last time I talked like that, TikTok didn't like it. So you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, right? Lots and lots of addictions. But every single time saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to think like this. Help me. Why me? Save me, God. What's going on? Going to church after church, prayer after prayer, meditation after meditation. Why am I not free? I'm miserable. I can't handle this life. And then everybody's saying, you're doing it wrong. Just let go. You're doing it wrong. Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying to let it go. I'm trying. You're doing it wrong. Let it go. I want to. How many times have you been told that? How many times in your life have you been told that? You're doing it wrong. Just let it go. Okay, well, yeah, I want to. Tell me how. Show me. A bazillion. It's almost like existence is mocking with you. It's almost like existence mocks you on your journey. Because you're searching for freedom. You want to be free from something and you're trying every technique, and then people are telling you that you're doing it wrong. Because they sell you a book, they sell you a course, they sell you a technique, they sell you a dark magic spell or a tarot card reading or whatever, and then they're just telling you you're doing it wrong. And you must be, because whatever I'm doing, it's got to be right. You're tapping wrong. You're tapping wrong. Okay, so there's a couple questions that were coming through. Celeste, why does the old self fight to stay? Because it's death. Because it doesn't want everything in existence fights to survive. The cockroach, the spider, the mosquito, the deer, the plants, bugs, your dog, your cat, everything will fight immensely to survive. The old will do the same. It will fight immensely to survive. Does it mean it's going to stay? No. But it's going to do whatever it can to cling on, even if it's painful, even if it's creating misery and suffering, even if it's creating addiction and disease and illness. Even if it's creating misery in relationships, it still clings. Now, everybody's journey is different. You don't have to go through the craziness that this guy went through, okay? And I mean craziness, all right? Craziness. Some of you can have a much gentler journey. Some of you can have a much more gentle journey. where you don't have to be ripping yourself apart from the inside out, physically and literally. And right? Many people don't have traumatic lives. Many people just have nice families and good friends, and they have a stable job. They're not suffering with money or illness, but they just want a deep connection and peace. There's a lot of people I meet in this channel that are that way. They're like, look, Josh, I know a lot of people have had tough lives, but I really haven't. You know, like that's perfect. That's beautiful. You want a deep connection and you want truth. Yeah. All right. That's perfectly good too, right? Everybody has a different journey. So some of you will have immense dark nights where you feel like you can't handle life anymore. And then other people who have lived gentle, beautiful lives. That's existence, right? There's going to be polarities. For every person on the planet that lives in poverty, misery, and suffering, there's going to be someone who lives in the opposite. We live in polarities. For every hot, there's a cold. For every left, there's a right. For every up, there's a down. Okay? For every good, there's a bad. For every evil, for every devil, there's a Christ. We live in the opposites. So for everyone that is feeling like you're alone on the journey, guess what? You're not alone. If you feel like you're alone on your journey and you feel like you have to be in solitude, you have no friends, you have no one you can talk to, join this community. Right? There's a bajillion people, not a bajillion, but there's a lot of people in this community that are going through something very similar, and you just haven't met them on your path, and now you're meeting them on your path. Everyone in here wants to see you enjoy your life, wants to see you love, wants to see you have peace and make money and come into these understandings. So don't be shy. A bajillion, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you're going to feel that way until your mind starts to open up. Maybe I'm not all alone. Maybe I've been very closed off and saying that no one can understand me. If you're holding on to that story, please listen right now, very deep inside of you. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the ego. It's going to hurt the ego. It's going to feel painful, and a lot of you will want to reject it and run. If you're holding on to the story of no one understands me, no one can possibly understand my pain, you're never going to find your way out of it. You're in a cage, you're in a shackle. And guess what? No one's ever going to understand you. No one's ever going to understand your story or the pain that you're in. It's designed that way. And until you wake up and recognize everybody's unique, everybody has their own unique story, there's no way anybody could experience what you're experiencing. How could they? You are the experience of yourself, yes? So how could anyone understand it anyway? There's only one thing that is more near and dear, which is the Creator itself, which is God itself, is more near and dear to you than you understand. That is the only thing in all of existence that could understand you at that depth. So if you're hoping that others will understand you and that's why you isolate yourself, you're in for a long journey. You're in for a very long journey. That's what this guy did for a long time until he woke up and said, wait a minute. I'm continuing to say people don't understand me, so I'm isolating myself. Of course no one's going to understand me if I'm isolating myself and saying those words. That's impossible. I'm speaking it into existence. Your ego identity is speaking your loneliness and isolation into existence. Oof, that one's going to hurt a lot of you as well. That one's going to hurt a lot of you as well. You're speaking your isolation and loneliness into existence. Because in truth, everyone is my friend. They just don't realize it yet. If everyone is reflections of the same love light of God, all of you are my friends. You just haven't woken up to it yet. You don't realize it yet. Because the moment you say, I love you, I'm here. I say, yay. Hello, friend. For anybody. I don't care if they spit on me, if they punch me. It doesn't matter. The moment they say, hey, how are you, brother? I love you. Welcome in. It's warm in here. The door's open. So people live by like cliques, right? People live by, well, we're the jocks and we're the whatever, all right? We're the Elkies and we're the Goths and we're this and we're that, right? You're all searching for the magic key. Where do you think the magic key exists? Could you recognize the magic key if it were showing it right in your face? If it were right under your nose in this moment, could you recognize the magic key? Love you, love you, love you. Right? Well, are you even going to recognize it when it's right under your nose? That's right, Celeste. So those that are living in isolation or loneliness, can you wake up in this moment and recognize that you're recreating that pattern over yourself? It's not that no one understands you in the world. It's not that no one loves you. It's not that no one wants to be around you. Your ego identity living in pain and trauma is collapsing it into form. And it's not open and accepting to the love of existence and seeing everybody as an ally on your journey, even if they seem like an enemy. Even my enemies are an ally, whether they realize it or not. They're deeper teachers. Those who seem like an enemy in a moment, they're a deeper teacher to myself and a deeper lesson every single time. Even those who come in here and curse me and say I'm going to hell and I'm the devil, they are a deeper lesson and a deeper teaching to more compassion and a greater understanding. And knowing that they're coming from their own religious belief structures, which isn't built on truth, and it's built on a building, or it's built on their parents, or whatever it is. It's not built on truth. And it's not built on the immensity of peace. What does Christ say? Tear down that physical temple and I will rebuild it in 3 days. And then the guy says, what are you talking about? It took us years to build this church. What do you mean you'll tear it down and you'll rebuild it in 3 days? Even though you're hearing my words, you're not understanding them. This is what he says to a lot of people. You can hear my words, you can read my words in a book, and you have no idea what I'm saying. That's what he's telling a lot of people. You're reading my words in a book 100 times, and you're trying to, but you're not understanding a word. Right? Light bulbs. Excellent. There's 190 of you in here tonight, and we're at 75,000 likes. You're all incredible as this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will grow and grow and grow. Why? Because people are calling for higher understandings. They're calling for peace, love, joy. More and more humanity is saying, I'm sick of this. I'm done with it. We're going the wrong way. How many of you recognize humanity is going the wrong way? How many of you are waking up and realizing what we're doing doesn't work? What we're doing as humans does not work. How many of you have recognized that? What humans are doing does not, wrong way, right? It's not working. Right? The keeping up with the Joneses, the capitalism, the drill more, the vanity, the greed, the lust, they don't work. They're creating destruction, right? And look at how close humanity is to destruction. Have any of you seen the most recent video by Terrence Howard? His name is Terrence Howard, I believe, right? Have any of you seen the most recent video on that? Where he's talking about how everything is unfolding in the exact same way that it was in the 1930s and 1940s. He's like, look, we got to wake up because everything is literally like replaying itself and we're in big trouble here soon. And he's got like the highest IQ on the planet. Terrence Howard he's ridiculously intelligent. I don't question that man's intelligence. And he's telling everybody, look, we gotta change something. Otherwise, we're going to repeat ourselves, and it's going to be far uglier this time. It's going to be far worse. So what's created it? A massive amount of greed, of power, military control, right? Vanity, lust. What does the Bible point at? These things will destroy you. It's not to say you're all terrible, evil sinners. It's not to condemn you. It's to say it's not going to bring life. It's not going to bring joy. It's not going to bring peace and happiness. It's a pretend game. It's the ego. It's saying this is going to bring me joy. This can bring me happiness. This is what's going to bring me all of my love. And then it's saying no. That's what it's doing. It's saying no. You're lying to yourself. You're fooling yourself. And you'll wake up in a place of destruction. You'll wake up in a place of poverty or misery or broken relationship. You're going to wake up in a place of pain or illness or disease. And you won't be in the truth of the Spirit, of the love and the light. That's what it's pointing to. What does Christ say? I've come to bring you truth so you may live abundantly. Abundantly. So you can live abundantly. What is this called? The abundance gang? What does abundance mean? It means an overflow of good. Please type that in the chat, the overflow of good. Please, you do not go on a spiritual journey unless you want the overflow of good in your life. What's the point otherwise? There is no point to go on a deep, deep soul journey, dark night dive unless you want the overflow of good in your life. So go ahead and type in overflow of good. The overflow of good. Thank you so much for the prosperity smiles. Everybody put on your prosperity smile. Overflow of good. Let's go, brother. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, David. Nobody's feeling that? Overflow of good. Who's feeling that? Come on, someone can type that in. Someone's got to be feeling those words, the overflow of good. Someone out there's got to be feeling those words. We got 212 people in here right now. Who wants an overflow of good in your life? Overflow of good. So I'm not moving on until someone types it. Overflow of good. Someone's got to feel it in the depth of themselves. Someone has to feel it in the depths of themselves. Overflow of good. One person has to be on the same understanding. Overflow of God, that's close enough. That's the same thing. That's the same thing. Oh, TikTok didn't like it? That's very strange. It wouldn't allow you to type that, overflow of good? That's weird. That's very weird, right? Your husband said I do, that's right. So where does that come from? Right? Define overflow. Right, because then you start to think of a scale. Right, because then you start to think of a scale. In the present moment, things, it's like the blossoming of the flowers, the blossoming of the gardens in all ways, where you see people smiling around you, your family or friends, or you have beautiful relationship, money's coming into your experience through that which you've created in your experience, whether it's a business, a social media, a brand, your service, your job, your industry, investments, right? You have a healthy body. So this is the overflow of good, is the blossoming of life. Rather than putting a scale to it and a number, well, I don't have an overflow of good until I have $200,000 or $1 million, right? No number, no scale. You just start to see beauty blossoming. That's the best way I could explain that. It's like you're watching a garden grow all around you in many, many ways. All right. So please understand, you're not going to go on a deep spiritual journey dive unless you want to see things blossom in your life. Otherwise, why are you on it? Why are you on it? Right? Get off the horse. Go live life. Don't be on the spiritual journey unless you want the overflow of beauty. Right? Unless you want the overflow of beauty in your life, don't stay on the path. So that's why I say it's built on 7 divine frequencies: peace, love, joy, harmony, health, wealth, and money. Peace is the underlying fabric of all of existence. It is like dark matter, it's like spaciousness, it's void, but it's very still and it's very quiet, and it allows all things. Peace allows all things. Right? Love is the ever-beating heartbeat of consciousness. It is an unconditional presence. It allows all things to grow. It allows all life to blossom and to become. Light made manifest into form. John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And this derives from the essence of love. Okay? Joy. Joy is a river flowing through your being when your soul is living its truth. Joy is a river moving through your being when your soul is living its truth. What does that mean? You're just being authentic to your own self. I love cars, and you find yourself working on cars. I love toys, you find yourself working with toys. I love Pokemon, you see yourself selling Pokemon cards, whatever it is, right? You're actually living authentically with your own truth. You'll be in a massive amount of joy. What do? We live by the societal structures that they have taught us. No, you have to live this way. No, you have to think this way. No, you have to do this. That's the only way you're going to survive. And then we get into survival mode rather than thriving mode, right? Joy is your magnet. Joy will attract people into your life. Joy will bring more money, more experiences. Joy will bring a relationship into your life. You better believe if you're laughing and having fun or flirting, that person's gonna want to join your experience. Other people want to come into your environment. Right? Health is extremely important. Why? Because you're experiencing through the human body. It's much easier to create money. It's much easier to love others. It's much easier to be of service. It's much easier to have a lot of energy and do things when you have a healthy body. So it's very important. Right? It's extremely difficult to create these other things if you're in a massive amount of illness or disease. If you're living through a body with a massive amount of illness, disease, or pain and suffering, that is going to be your whole focus. You're going to find yourself researching every single night online. You're going to find yourself looking at every sort of vitamin, every sort of pill, every sort of herbal supplement, just trying to find a way out. All of your money, all your time, all your energy is going to go towards doctors, towards vitamins, towards pills, towards herbals. It's going to go towards everything else rather than creating beautiful things in your life. And if you're in that place, you know exactly what I'm saying right now. You might stay up all night sometimes researching your symptoms. Or you're living in an immensity of fear that you're going to catch something. There's an immensity of fear. I'm going to get that from that person. Now I'm going to get this. Now I'm going to get that. Uh-oh, that illness and that disease. Now this one's going to happen to me. I got to be afraid about this one. And what about this one? And oops, I can't stand in front of a microwave for 2 seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to get the big C word. And oops, I can't eat that thing because I'm going to get the big C word. And now this one and that one. And you're living in a whole immensity of fear inside of your being. When fear energy is running your being, every cell in your body becomes disharmonious, out of harmony, becomes imbalanced. It no longer knows how to function on the same level. It doesn't know how to put the nutrients in the place that it's supposed to go. It doesn't know how to cleanse and clean your system in the same way. It becomes a wrecking ball. It becomes a wrecking ball inside. Fear is the great destroyer of your body, of your immune system, not all of the problems and all the so-called bacteria going on around in the world. There's always been bacteria. There's always been viruses. There's always been these things. Always. It's never any different. Let's go, Jersey. I have so much energy. That's right. That's right, you do. It's flowing through, right? It's flowing through in a very powerful way. Beautiful. I would love to have individuals come up. If you'd like to come up here and speak this evening, there's a little thing on the bottom left. There's pink and blue, a dude and a dudette down there. There's a dude and a dudette down there, pink and blue. Just click on the people if you want to come up and talk. If you have questions about your journey, if you want to talk about your experiences, maybe you will need to come up and you need to release something. Sometimes people come up and cry or talk about whatever. Sometimes people might get angry, whatever it is, right? There's a little pink and blue people down there if you want to come up and chat. I love you, I honor you, I respect you on your journey, and it helps everybody else out. The person who comes up and breaks the ice, you're awesome, right? You are a brave soul, because a lot of times people are afraid to be the first one. It's like being called up in a classroom in school, right? I don't want to be the first one. Somebody else please break the ice for me. So whoever would really like to come up and chat, sometimes there's immense openings inside too. When I'm able to hear from your perspective what you're going through emotionally or what you've gone through, a lot of the times this guy will naturally be able to break it apart and you'll go, wow, I feel good. So if you want to feel good or at peace, come on up. Would love to make this interactive. There we go. We got some people now. Excellent. Make sure to click on the 2 people on the bottom left if you want to come up and have a chat. Hey, Terry. Excellent. We'll have Terry come up first here. Excellent. We'll have Terry come up. I'm actually going to go ahead and play a different song now. We'll go ahead and play Angelic Drift because this will help releases as well. Every song on the Abundance Gang channel is made through this guy. So if you are interested in any of the music, let me know. It's all available for purchase for $3.99 each. It's not a big deal. And they're all designed for emotional states. So the morning lives music is all designed to give you energy, clarity, focus, upliftment, right? Joy. The nighttime lives are more for peace, for going to sleep, for getting a clear mind, clear vision, right? Relaxation. And then some of these are designed for more spiritual empowerment, spiritual awakening as well. So this one's called Angelic Drift, and we're just going to enjoy this while we talk with Terry.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, everybody.
Everybody say hi to Terry.
I just wanted to say that I'm new to the channel, and but I've been finding immense peace and newfound energy. I was recently going through health issues, and like you said, it just becomes the norm that you're searching every day about your symptoms and what medicine can make you better, what herbal medicines and vitamins that you should be taking next, and it consumes you. It really does.
Yes.
But I've found your channel, and I mean, just to hear the affirmations daily and all the positiveness that you push out, it really has changed my life, and I just wanted to thank you really immensely. Beautiful. Thank you.
Truly. I love that. So whenever a body becomes very ill and diseased, the mind likes to put all of its focus on it rather than focus on a higher power, rather than a focus on God or clarity or light or a true source. And it becomes consumed, like you said, and then all time, all money, all energy goes into it. And then oftentimes we never find the answer.
Right.
Oftentimes
I was diagnosed with cancer, and I had to go through a major operation, a heart operation and a kidney removal at the same time. So it was a lot on me, and I'm just happy to still be here and trying to push for a positive new future. You know what I mean?
I'm happy you're here as well too. What we're going to do in this moment, Terry, just take both your hands and put it over the spot that was where you had surgery or where it was difficult.
Okay.
And we're just sending an immensity of love in this moment. There's a purity there, there's a wholeness there, and you can even hear it through this voice in this moment. There's immensity of light going in, and anything that's a spirit of infirmity, anything that causes negative thinking, negative thoughts, negative environments within your body is finding its place of balance, its place of wholeness, and it's able to cleanse and clean itself properly.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Right. Anything else you want to talk about or ask questions?
That's basically what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Terry, for coming up.
Thank you.
Many blessings. God bless. Okay, we'll move on to the next one.
Okay.
Everybody thank Terry for coming up. Excellent. Everybody thank Terry for coming up. Beautiful. And we got Lori next. And we got Lori next. Hi, Lori.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you. Welcome up.
Thank you for having me up. I just found your channel, but I appreciate you and I appreciate the vibe. I am a love and light being, and I try to be that. Right now I'm going through a lot, and I call it my demon thoughts, but they're kind of winning right now. My
Okay, so my demon thoughts, they're winning.
yeah,
My demon thoughts, but they are winning.
yeah,
My, they.
yeah. They're mine.
So what I'm doing is I'm actually breaking that apart in this moment. In truth, they're living in the emotional states. Okay, those thoughts are attached to those emotional states and identities. It's like a home for them, but they don't truly belong to you. When you were 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, they weren't there. I'm speaking to the wholeness of yourself, and your mind recognizes it, and I'm breaking a pattern because you're the more that we declare something into the state of being and saying this is me and this belongs to me, what I'm telling you, it doesn't belong to you, right? Not that it's not happening, it's happening. Okay, it's happening. But in this channel, I break that off of you, so you don't have to deal with those demon entities that you're calling them, right? So they can start to break away from you, because the truth of yourself, as you say, I'm a love light being. Yes, right? Your love, purity, essence, and those little thoughts and demons, they don't get to hold on any longer in this environment. So when they say they, and I say they can go, right? They can go as they listen to this voice. So continue on. I just had to break that up because you already said it out loud. You're like, it's mine, but they, mine, but they. So there's already the separation that can see it a little bit.
Yeah. So my husband of 10 years has been very abusive for a very long time, and I tried so hard to get him help. I got him therapy, and then he lost his therapist. But yeah, life just continued to harden him. I had to make the heartbreaking decision to choose myself and to walk away from him.
Yeah.
And that broke me. But after he sold my house out from under me, leaving me homeless with my dog, and since I've lost my job and I've pretty much lost everything, and so in this moment I'm trying so hard to focus on the love and the light. Unfortunately, I had to deal with more of his manipulation today, and so that's got me back into a very bad headspace of fear. And
so what Christ says, blessed are the meek and the brokenhearted. Blessed are the meek and the brokenhearted, because they can receive the kingdom. Sometimes we get so broken down into a place of immense amount of loss, of misery, of suffering, into absolute nothingness, basically into a void. And this is so things can start to get rebuilt. So that which was running in your life, as you pointed to, was falling apart in an extreme fashion, an extreme way. A lot of pain, a lot of destruction, a lot of misery and suffering.
yeah.
And then you made the decision through self-love, I can't do this anymore. I have to choose me.
Yeah.
Right? So through that decision of self-love, I have to choose me. Now we can start to build this you up. Now we can start to build this you up through that place of self-love, because if you never made that decision, there's no opportunity to be here. There's no opportunity to be rebuilt. If you would have stayed, you would still be in that situation. You wouldn't be in here. It'd be impossible, right? So I speak to the boiling frog sometimes. If you've ever heard me talk about that, scientists took a frog and put it into they try to put it in boiling hot water, but it jumps out right away. But when they put it in that lukewarm water and they slowly turn up the heat, the frog doesn't jump out. It just it gets boiled and cooked. But you somehow ended up jumping out, which is, right, needed sometimes. Very, very needed sometimes. Because the only way, when you jump out, now there's the opportunity to get rebuilt. So as much as there's loss and it feels like there's nothing and no one, this is when there's space that's being cleared in your life. So then new stuff can start to grow. Right? Because nothing could grow in the old life. It was impossible. You couldn't have beauty grow in that old life.
And I realized that. I realized I was asking for something that he could never give me, And that's not a life that I want, because I pour so much into everybody. I love everyone, and I try to be the light that I want to see in the world, and consideration is huge for me, and he never considered me.
So when you're a well that's giving and you become dry and empty, are you able to give anymore?
No.
Right. So
I lost myself.
Yeah. So even the giving well that wants to give and give and give and give, it'll become dry if it doesn't get filled up. When you consider yourself, I'm a light being, I just want to give and give and do and do and do you think Jesus had boundaries?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Do you think even the highest love light beings on the planet, a Buddha, do you think Buddha had boundaries?
Yes.
Yeah. Right? People aren't just going to walk all over me because why? Because they see themselves as the authority in that moment, right? I'm spiritually awakened. I know myself and you as God in this moment, and I can tell you, hey, you're way over your boundaries.
And anytime I did that, and this is also where I see that I was the problem, because I was such a people pleaser. Yeah. And I was such a pacifier that I let him disrespect me. Right. And then he became comfortable in that. And then when I stood up for myself and said, you will not treat me this way, I then got turned into the problem.
Yeah, and that's probably when you got physically abused at that point, is my guess.
Yes. He became violent after I told him I was going to leave and go live in my car, and then he left. And then a week later, I want to say, he got physically violent twice in the course of a week.
Yeah, because that comes from an immensity of fear and losing control. When the verbal was losing control, then it turned to the physical. Now I need to try and physically control this circumstance, otherwise I'm going to lose it. And it was doing the exact opposite. It was actually pushing you further away, but that's what you needed. So oftentimes if someone is living through their pain, through their misery, and through their suffering within, it's going to come out through words or physically.
Yep. And I totally realized that he was just doing it for control, because he was losing control of me. And exactly. Then he had to do that. My issue is now I do want to start a new business, and after 40 years I realized I married my mother. She's a narcissist, and I realized I married my mother. It's so hard to fight those demon thoughts that this is going to be the way my life is, and that I can't do it. And
so I talk on the emotional scale of consciousness. There's levels of disempowerment. There's levels of insecurities, and then as we move you up from there, I can't force you to do anything, but you may benefit greatly from a one-on-one, Lori, to bring you into a place. So hope and light in the mind is the moment where you start saying, I can do this. Maybe there is a future. Maybe I can see a little bit of peace or a future for myself. But right now the mind is collapsing itself into form of, I have all these demons and devils, and this is so difficult and so hard. So the more power that is given to those things, the more power it's going to have over your experience. As when I talk to you, it holds no power. If any demons, devils wanted to speak up right now, they have no power in this moment. None. It's fairy dust. So maybe when you're by yourself, all of a sudden they're like, yeah, now we own you again. But in this moment, they have no power over you. You could try and think of the most negative, nasty thought possible right now, and it's not going to happen, or it's going to wash away very quickly.
It does, because the energy in this room is just so divine, and I can't thank you enough, and I can't thank everybody in this room enough. It's when I get alone, my CPSD gets triggered, and
so there's another one.
Yeah.
There's another one. This is going to hurt ego identities, but when we're declaring this is me, this is who I am, my CPSD or whatever you declared it,
right.
It's now holding power again over your being, and it's collapsing itself into form again. So I'm talking to you in a different way that nobody else has ever talked to you before, probably. So a lot of the times the ego and belief systems will get attacked in here, but I'm doing it from a place of love and trying to free you. So it's doing little things in your being right now. That's all it's doing. In your mind, it's doing little breaking apart.
Sorry, I just got a phone call. No,
Oh, you're okay.
appreciate that so much, because I am not CPSD, and
Exactly.
I need to be careful about how I speak. I might have it, but I'm not it. That's something.
So
that
you're not it. Hold on to the I'm not it. Hold on to the I'm not it. So there's death and life and power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit.
Exactly, and I need to speak life into me. And
Yeah,
not,
or have life spoken into you,
yes.
because it becomes very powerful. It starts to break up the patterns in the mind. This will be powerful for everyone's experience. We are programmed by our environments, whether we realize it or not. So there's the physical environment, there's the social environment, and then there's your inner world environment. When you've been living in an environment that was abusive for a long time, and social environment as well, we start to believe those things about ourselves. And your nervous system, your mind, your body, it doesn't feel safe. Even while you're moving through life now, you probably still don't feel safe, even when you're away from your ex.
I don't feel safe.
Right. So then these things start to show up in the physical manifestation.
Yes.
Right? So the more that you come into this place of peace, of safety, of comfort, through my voice, through the one-on-ones, through this channel, whatever it may be, you'll start to notice that your physical body will start to reflect differently. It'll be listening to a different mind. Your physical body will be listening to a different mind. It'll start to take command to a flow and to a comfort and to a rest.
And that's what I'm trying to do more of, is pour into myself and join lives and do sound baths and healings. And I definitely do think I need to do a one-on-one session, because my mind is a very chaotic battleground right now.
A lot of moving energy. The more, like you said, through self-love, through that grace, and through that understanding, that's what's going to wash it. So if you're upset with yourself or judging or hating that which is going on inside, it's going to fight even more. It's going to fight even more.
And I have been doing that. I don't need anybody to beat me up or to judge me or criticize me, because I do that on my own. I reacted really poorly earlier, and it was after my ex had texted me to tell me he needed to drop off my keys so I could get my dad's ashes that he left in my car out in front of our home that he sold. And I texted him to tell him where to meet me, and then he told me he had dropped it off at the police department, knowing he had dropped it off 2 weeks ago. So he didn't even have the keys. And then I reacted really poorly, and then all day today I've been beating myself up.
Yep.
Because I let him. I know his manipulation tactics, and I fell right into it. And then I reacted. And so then all day today, I've been apologizing to everybody. And I have been beating myself up. Yeah. Because I know better. And I still let him do that.
So living in regret, resentment, shame, or guilt, right? So this is still the mind that's been programmed to self-condemnation. That's okay. There's a moment in the Bible where there's a woman that's crying in the city, and she's crying immensely, very deep level. Christ is walking through the city, and he sees her, and he walks right up to her, and he says, "Lift your head." So she lifts her head and looks at him, and he said, "Is there anyone condemning you in this moment?" And she's looking around, and she says, "Well, no," because there's no one around her. And then he says, "Neither am I condemning you. Now go and sin no more." So what is happening is all the condemnation is going on inside of her. I'm a guilty, horrible person. I shouldn't have thought this way. I shouldn't act this way. I shouldn't have done this. And then he's saying, live anew, live afresh, right? So this is just soft, subtle things that are happening for yourself right now, right? Transitions and changes, they happen over time. Transitions and changes will happen over time, but this is the beginning. It's the beginning of that for your mind, right? That's the beginning of that for your mind.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I need to give myself grace, just like I give everybody else grace.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're willing to do it for everyone else, then why are you not deserving of the same?
Exactly. I always tell people you shouldn't say anything to a friend that you wouldn't say to yourself, and then here I am doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You just need to talk it through and talk it out. So I truly appreciate you. Thank you for your love and light. And
I appreciate you for coming up. You're on a journey. You're on a journey. Send me a direct message if you are interested in those one-on-ones. I'll get you the details.
I definitely am, friend. Thank you for your time, and thank you to everybody in the room for their kind words. I appreciate you all.
Thank you, Lori. God bless. All right, we are going to move on. Everybody send Lori some love. That was very brave and awesome of her to come up. Sometimes people need to get things out, right? It's very, very impactful and helpful for a lot of people's journey if they meet a clear lake, if they meet something where they know they're not going to get judged or shamed, or they know that they're not going to get argued with or anything like that, right? And there's an opportunity to get something out, right? Excellent. So I'm going to continue to invite some people up. It is 10:10 Central, 11:10 East Coast, and 8:10 Central. I know this is supposed to end at 11 Eastern, but we're going strong. There's a lot of you in here. Keep tapping. You're awesome. If you want to come up next, make sure to fill the two people on the bottom. The pink and blue. There's two little dude and dudette on the bottom. Bottom left, the pink and blue. Make sure to grab that if you want to come up next after Candace. Hi, Candace. Hi, Candace. Can you hear me? Candace, can you hear me? You're going to have to try and fix your mic. No? Okay. Candace, we're going to have to try and move on. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Yeah, speaking of which, I'm going to move into some very powerful quotes and verses on love, because this is where so many people miss the mark. There's so much judgment, so much fear, so much guilt, so much shame in the world, and it's being used by every single ego identity, where it's love that will where in truth there will be love that's the great cleanser, right? Love and peace and joy will be the great cleanser. So Mahatma Gandhi, where there is love, there is life. Where there is love, there is life. This is when you start to see things growing around you, right? This is a relationship that will prosper. This is when their gardens will grow. It's when the finances of your business, you have more energy, your health of your body starts to come back together. Why? Because it's life. Energy can take two directions. It can decay or it can grow. It can move towards more life or more death and decay. You see this with everything in nature. Everything in nature. We are no separate. We are no different. Right? The rivers and the lakes are my blood and your blood. The trees are your air and your oxygen, right? Without the trees, you can't breathe. The earth is your skin and your bacteria and your digestion, right? So it's all one together, and it is either growing more life or it's decaying and moving back into the ground. So if someone is in a sick and ill body, living in poverty, lack, limitation, if they're living in a broken relationship, we are moving towards the death and decay cycle in those things. This is what the Bible points at over and over and over and over again. Love is the bridge between you and everything. Rumi, love is the bridge between you and everything. Let me say that one more time. Love is the bridge. Love is the bridge. The mind can get you so far. Thoughts can get you so far. I want to figure everything out. I want my mind to figure everything out. I need all this knowledge to learn it. But it's only the heart that will bridge everything together. It's only through the heart that one can see rightly. That's from The Little Prince. It's only through the heart that one can see rightly. So this one is very, very powerful as well from Rumi. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Wow. Wow, right? This is the density of the illusions and the lies and the barriers that I break apart inside of yourself. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Why? Because the 1-year-old, the 2-year-old, the 3-year-old has no barriers to love. There's none there. There's no world there. There's no hurt there. There's no pain there. There's no resentments. There's no judgments. There's no shames. There's no guilts. There's no jealousies. There's no envies. There's no addictions. Their purity, their essence, their love. Your task is not to seek for love, but to merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. You've got massive walls up. I'm Joshua. We break down the walls of Jericho in here. Break down the walls of Jericho, right? Let yourself be silently drawn by a strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. This is where I'm bringing everybody in. Can you truly trust that love, that peace, and that joy will bring you what you need in life? Can you truly trust that the existence of a higher mind of the all will bring you what you need in life, and more, and far more? Can you allow yourself to be drawn by the things that you really love? It will not lead you astray. Eckhart Tolle, love is the recognition of oneness in a world of duality. So that's to the immense extreme level of an ego death there, but love is the recognition of oneness in the world of duality. So that is loving all brothers and sisters as yourself. That is seeing all others as yourself. You're recognizing another person in your experience. So any of you that have gone through very difficult times, very difficult circumstances, they are your catalyst. As terrible as that person seems, as terrible as that relationship seemed, as awful as that person or parent or whatever seemed, they're your catalyst to a greater level of love. They are the one that is pushing you into a deeper level of awakening. And the moment you start to get into that place, you will have an immensity of appreciation for all of them. For every person put upon your journey, no matter what they did to you, you will have an immensity of appreciation for them. I promise you. For example, this guy can talk about certain things, like father abusing. I'm not going to say the full word. When I was a child, right? Alcoholic stepfather, very abusive as well. Losing friends, family, getting illness and disease, being in complete solitude and isolation for many years, being extremely the S word, wanting to no longer be here, all those things, right? But able to talk about it in a beautiful way now. It holds no power. It's all for service. It was all for service on this journey. Every bit, every piece of it. Everything's working out for your highest and greatest good, whether you realize it or not, especially if you're one of the 214 people in here. Especially if you're one of the 214 people in here. To love is to recognize yourself in another. Eckhart Tolle. To love is to recognize yourself in another. All right. Next up. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. One more time. Love and compassions. Yeah. Love and compassions are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Love and compassion are a necessity. Don't withhold yourself from those. I'm too humble. I don't need love and compassion. I'm just here to be a punching bag. You're not here to be a punching bag. Okay? Love and compassion are necessities to your being. They've done studies where little babies, if they aren't loved, if they aren't held, if they don't have that motherly touch, their immune systems are destroyed. They get sick. They don't live. They don't live if they don't get that love and compassion. They're necessities. Just read studies about children and little babies when they're not loved, when they're not held. can be the same thing for your experience. Love and compassion are necessities. Sometimes you have to get them from yourself or from God rather than other people in your life, but they're not luxuries, okay? Without them, humanity cannot survive. That's the Dalai Lama. Rumi, love is the whole thing. We are only the pieces. Love is the truth of all existence. We are the pieces, right? We're the wave in the ocean. Wave in the ocean. Love is the whole thing. We are the pieces. All right, beautiful. 1 John 4:16. 1 John 4:16. God is love. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in them. Let me say that one more time. 1 John 4:16. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God. Thank you, Andrea. And God in them. God in you is God in love, is love, right? And if you decide to live in that place, you're living through the God within you. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient, love is kind. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Right? Love is patient, love is kind. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. 1 John 4:18. There is no fear in love. Perfect love casts out all fear. There's a lot of people in the world that live in confused minds. I have so much love, I have so much trust, I have so much faith in God, but they're so fearful about lots of things. I'm not sure about this, I worry about this, I'm afraid about this. This is in points in the Bible when people are saying, we do believe, but help us with our unbelief. Jesus, I do believe, but help me with my unbelief. It's a confused mind. It's convinced itself it has something when it's not there. It's convinced itself, I have all of this. I have all this faith. I have all this trust. I have all this love, but I'm living in fear. They don't exist together. Right? The ego has convinced itself otherwise. There is no fear in love. Perfect love casts out all fear. 1 John 4:7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God. Right? There is no fear in love. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God. What does Martin Luther King say? Martin Luther King says, I have chosen love because hate is far too great of a burden to carry. He recognizes I am the one that's burdened by hate. I'm the one who is burdened by hate. It's not wrecking the other person, it's wrecking me. I have chosen love. Hate is far too great of a burden to carry. John 15:12, my command is this, as Jesus tells people, my command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Love each other as I have loved you. What do most people do in religion and churches? They're evil, I hate them, I can't handle them. Political divides, governmental divides, country divides. Love each other as I have loved you. All right. Colossians 3:14, and over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Anytime I talk about unity or oneness, religious spirits get very angry. You're evil, you're the devil. This is New Age. This is New Age, you're evil and you're the devil. Colossians 3:14, and over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect, what? Unity, oneness. Whoa. Is that the devil speaking? Religious spirits get very angry at this guy sometimes. You mentioned oneness, you're evil. You're New Age. Love binds it all together in unity, in harmony, in oneness. As one being, as one beingness. Romans 5:5, God's love has poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the higher mind. The Holy Spirit is the guide. The Holy Spirit is the light, love, awareness. And it will show you the way. Every step of the way. It's very gentle. It's very kind. It's very loving. And it will say, not that way, this way. No, not that way, this way. Take that road, not that road. That road's going to destroy you. That road's going to hurt you. That road's, you're going to live some more misery and pain and poverty and illness. Go that road. Take that one. Not that road. That's that voice. All right. That's that voice. 1 Peter 4:8. Above all, love each other deeply. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. Above all, love each other deeply. Right? Can you love each other deeply? Deeply, deeply. I don't care who comes in here. I'm going to love you to your extreme. I don't care who comes in this channel. You're going to be loved. Even if they want to spit, scream, kick, whatever it is. If they want to curse me, so be it. Right? The moment you say, I get it, I love you. You're my brother and sister. All right? Love each other deeply above all things. Jeremiah 31:3, I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Yeah. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Thank you, Nisi, for the horse. Some very powerful quotes in scripture on love, just to let that wash into you before we end the live here this evening. It's been an incredible night. You're all awesome. We're going to do it again tomorrow night. I would love for more people to come up. Yeah, I would love for more people to come up, speak about their journey, ask questions if they need to ask questions, if they need to release something. I will allow if there's anybody else that wants to come up. Thank you, Nisi. Nisi, you're such a blessing. I appreciate you so much. You've been an incredible blessing to the channel, and I know you've been on quite the journey. And we're giving and receiving beings, right? So in the bottom left, there's pink and blue. There's pink and blue people down there. If you want to be one of the last people to come up this evening, thank you, Amanda, for the hand heart. Any blessing. Thank you, Amanda. If you want to come up, there's the pink and blue on the bottom. Well, I'm allowing maybe 1 or 2 more people to come up before we end tonight. Oh, we got Nisi wants to come up. Excellent. And Sonia. Okay, beautiful. So if you want to come up, go ahead and click the pink and blue down there. I don't know if you want me to say your real name on live, but so I've just been calling you Nisi.
No, that's fine. Thank you for letting me come up. I wasn't going to. I just really felt strongly that I needed to. I'm pretty quiet in the chat and all that. But I really been on a journey through your channel, and my life is not the same as it was when I first entered your life. And so it's been good, very, very good. Things have been changing in my, not just within me, but in my home. Like within me, it feels like a short amount of time. I can't remember what I said when we had our one-on-one. Yeah. But that's how it feels, like a long way. I've been on a really long journey, and when I went in the one-on-one with you, it seemed like it was just a very long way in a short amount of time. So.
That's right. You said I've gone on a very, very long journey with a short distance or something like that. Or I can't remember the exact words you said either, but it was beautiful in the moment.
So that's how it is, and within me, I don't recognize it right away, but there has been like a huge amount of, I don't know if you want to call it understanding, understanding, integration. I'm not sure, but there's something happening that is undeniably there. And it's just like more and more every day, more and more every day. So yeah, it continues to expand. That's what love does. It's never ending. Mm-hmm. That's the most beautiful thing about God, that love is never ending, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow, especially when you're speaking it over your home, over your family, over yourself now. Yeah, and it's in my home is changing as well. So it's very powerful, very, very powerful. And it just seems like it's, again, more and more. And I just don't know. My baby sits with me, my grandson.
Yeah.
And so every night when you're on, he sits with me and my husband. And it's when you said your testimony, my husband's like, that's pretty much you. The same.
Your husband's journey?
No, my journey.
Oh,
when he listened to your journey, he was like very similar to being very, I don't know how to say it, but just very ill. Very, very ill.
Yeah. Extreme levels.
Yes.
That which I don't know how I don't know. Yeah, it's the only reason that understanding of how the body made it through is just to be doing this right now. Same for you. Sometimes you just look at it and you're like, I don't know how my body made it through, but right, spirit survives.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's like my appetite is more and more, even though it hurts. It's more and more, and I'm actually beginning to eat food, which is crazy because I've been so ill, I haven't been able to eat very well.
But now the appetite's starting to come back.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Because the body's starting to come back into life, right? So when we're on the death and decay cycle, it's starting to reject food, right? It's just like, no, we're not breaking this down any longer. You see that with every animal in nature, but now there's life that's starting to bubble up within again.
Yeah, it is. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, and yeah, I appreciate everything that you've done. And it's not even like you've done a great big huge amount of things. It's like it's just simple. I don't know how to say it. It just
sometimes the most simple of things are the real answer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Nisi. You've been on an incredible journey, and you're always a huge blessing. So I appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much.
You have an amazing evening. Where everybody send Nisi some love. We're going to go ahead and bring up the next. Right. Whoever wants to come up, make sure to fill out the pink and blue people on the bottom. Next, we have Sonia. Sonia has also been on an incredible journey here.
Hello.
Hey, Sonia.
Hi. I'm losing my voice.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah, you're good. Normally, Sonia's got a stronger voice.
Yes, yeah. No, I just when Laurie came up, I remember the first time I called. I felt so broken, so like there was no life in me.
Yeah.
No energy. I was only eating one time a day, and I thought the more pain, the more lessons I had to learn. And my first 101 was so transformative. I thought after losing my husband, there was no possible way I could feel this immensity of love.
Yeah.
Like it was just very deep down in there. Through grief, like I wore grief from the time I opened my eyes to the time I closed my eyes.
Yeah.
Into my kids as well. Which you can hear him coughing over there.
Yeah.
Because like he wants to say hi. Okay, you can say hi.
Hi.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good.
Good. Excellent. You've been hearing my voice a lot lately.
Yeah, I just heard him. And then, well, for me, it's been an amazing journey, and I know there's more for me.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't search for that love anywhere else, right? I was just looking for something and it was all along within me, and you helped me
Yeah.
see that. And I can pour it to my children, so I'm also thankful for my little one, because I put the lives at night for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't wake up with terrors at night anymore. He wakes up with a lot of energy.
What Sonia's pointing at, everybody, is grieving can become extremely destructive. Like, it's necessary, but sometimes it gets stuck where it becomes us. Our whole life is grief, and there's no room for anything else. And that's what she's pointing to. And now, wait a minute, I'm not grieving any longer. Like, she spent her time that she needed to. It needed to happen, right? But it becomes the most dominant frequency. It becomes the emotion that becomes your life. And then when it does, it's very, very destructive over your being.
Yes. I mean, I have a lot of traumas in the past, since my child, since I was 5 years old, but I'm able to bring peace to them already, to forgive them, forgive myself, and not carry anybody else's guilt.
Yeah.
And shames towards myself. And I just, my daughter, she's just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm driving my car, we listen to your lives. And thank you for the one-on-one with her as well. And
yeah, I'm happy to see that she's playing.
She's moving and playing.
Yeah.
But I love. She's very, she's always been a very creative kid, and I just,
yeah.
Losing her dad was, for all three of my kids, is different. For her not to see her dance anymore, or play her guitar anymore, or sing and dance and smile, she looked gray.
Yeah, exactly.
Color.
And now color's coming back, right? So what happens is that spark got covered up by pain, right? The spark gets covered up by pain, and all of a sudden we're no longer creating, we're no longer living from our child.
And I just didn't thought possible. And like Nisi said, like on November, that was the time that I called. And I don't even remember what I said. All I know, I was just gone and lost. And now I'm found.
Yeah, beautiful, right?
Save me.
You can say that out loud, right? I was lost and now I'm found.
I was lost and now I'm found.
All right.
Praise
That's in the Bible. That was in the Bible as well, right? It says it. I believe it's in Psalms. I was lost and now I'm found.
Yes. So just thankful. I always connect, just give always gratitude to you, to your journey, to my journey.
Yeah.
And to everyone, that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you are not gonna regret investing on yourself, because you come first.
Right.
And you have to love yourself first, like really, the yucky parts and the good parts. They're all within, and you have to just welcome them.
Beautiful.
Sorry.
That's what I always point to as well. Like, what are you worth to yourself? So yes, sometimes it sounds like I'm marketing and selling, right? Which is just has to happen. But people are willing to spend thousands of dollars on new televisions, new phones, whatever, right? But are you willing to invest a little bit of money in yourself, your own mind, your own connection, your own freedom, right? It's very, very important.
Yes, because it is worth it, that you are a beautiful flower if you just embrace those parts of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. You've been incredible, Sonia. Do you want to express anything else or ask anything else while you're up here? Or?
I did wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
When I was a child, I was probably like 6 years old. I used to have many dreams with Jesus, right? It will always be selling crosses. Weird. But one of the nights, I remember I had a out of body experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it just recently came to me. I have forgotten about those things a long time. And there's many things, we choose to block because of trauma.
Yeah.
And so I just don't know. Like I said, I'm not knowledgeable in a lot of things when it comes to this, you know. And so I just wanted to know your thoughts, because I remember seeing myself on the bed, and it was night, and I was floating in my street in my neighborhood, and it was dark, but I was thinking, like, I'm like, why am I outside? Because I was terrified of the dark.
Yeah.
Like, up until last year, I was still sleeping. I still slept with the light on. And then, but I don't remember coming back to my body. So I don't know if that's a normal thing.
So the best way I can explain this is almost like a precursor to your story. So have you ever seen the movie Inside Out?
Yes.
Okay. So in a very similar way, there's core memories inside of the girl, and those core memories fall apart through pain, through traumas, and she starts to forget a lot of the things that held her together. A lot of fun experiences, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, or even memories that just didn't hold as much importance because of all the pain started to take over. So these core memories fall apart. But as the emotions start to cleanse, as things start to come back together inside, those core memories start to get built back up, and then you start to remember things. So that's number one. All of a sudden you start remembering new things, and then you're asking yourself, well, what does this mean? I'm remembering it now, and I wasn't remembering it then. It's just an experience for yourself that you're recognizing there is more than the physical, right? You're living through your body, but you're only living through your awareness of the body. Let me say that again. You're only living through your awareness of yourself as this body. So when that awareness starts to live in a different presence, in a different realm, or in a different way, all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, I'm not in my body anymore. What's going on?
Right. But okay.
So it's another experience for you to look at as there's more than just this physical life. We could look at it in a much deeper way if you wanted to, but that's how I would see it for your journey. It's giving you that joy and that understanding. There's a lot more than just your body.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes. Okay. So it's what I guess what I'm asking is just it's normal for the many memories are coming up and just
yeah. A lot of memories will start surfacing. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of memories start surfacing when the main ones that have been running your nervous system, running your body and your mind were so powerful and felt so strong, and all of a sudden they start cleansing. Then all of a sudden opportunity for all these other ones can start popping up. If you want to watch the movie Inside Out again, you'll watch it in a new way, and you'll go, oh, that makes so much sense now.
You watch Inside Out?
You watched all of it, right?
Yeah, yeah, and your kids will like it too.
We watched it like 100 million times.
Oh, funny.
No.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Sonia.
Thank you so much, Josh. I'll let somebody else.
Hi, Josh.
Oh, good night. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Night.
All right, everybody, send them some love. They're awesome. Sonia's been incredible on her journey. And her son there as well. We've got Kanam and Abigail. I'm going to go with Kanam here first. I don't know if I said your name right. I hope I did. Is it Kanam?
Kanam Vision.
Kanam Vision. Okay.
Yeah, my TikTok name. My name
How are
is,
you?
Okay.
Beautiful.
You have a very, very calm voice. And I've been listening to you, and something just happened to me.
Yeah.
You talk about Yogananda, and then I went on YouTube. I started looking into it, and then they told me to try to do a meditation, right?
Yeah.
To meet myself in the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
Realm.
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to it, and then I suddenly shifted it and found myself trying to meet myself in the spiritual realm. But it's so scary. I was like, no, I can't. I don't want to be here because it was so heavy. It was so heavy. I started.
So I'm gonna point to a couple things.
Yeah.
Truth is not going to feel scary. So it's going to feel very freeing. It's going to feel very light. It's going to feel very peaceful and loving. So whoever was leading you in this path, they are living from some sort of place of a dark veil. Because when my words go into you, when it's truth of the truth of yourself, you're going to feel, wow, this feels really good. Wow, I feel really light and free.
It's my first time trying it, like going into deeply, and then I saw myself in a room, and then I felt a little suffocated and scared.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not the truth of yourself. The truth of yourself so God is all things, and if you were to truly see the truth of yourself, it's going to be the most freeing, loving, uplifting, blissful experience you could ever imagine. It is like you're dancing with the cosmos. Oh, what a great immensity of love. Oh, what a great immensity of union and oneness. There will be no fear. There will be no pain. There will be no suffering. It doesn't exist. It's not there. It can't be.
I did some I don't know if it's cosmic, but it was like some kind of creature dancing around me. But anyway, my life has been chaotic. When I say chaotic in the physical life, it's like I have been giving so much. I have forgotten myself. I had let myself go. I have been helping, living for people. So I guess trying to find myself into that peaceful space.
Yeah.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's going on inside of your world, inside of your mind, when you're going into meditation, you're saying, I want to see myself. What's happening is a lot of things that are buried are starting to come up.
Yeah.
So this is why you're seeing creatures or living in fear, and because what it is it's all these things that are in the depth. It's not who you really are, but they're starting to surface, and you're starting to see these things. So the more that you're loving yourself through the process, the more grace there is, the more forgiveness there is, and the more you're turning towards the true light, it will start to wash these things away. So like you said, I haven't loved myself for a long time. When you start to do it, sometimes these other things like to fight.
So what are the steps? Do I need to do this like in real life before I can see myself in the light?
You're in a massive step right now, for one. So I'm going to say it this way. Everything is unfolding for your perfect timing. And you needed to come up here to tell me that story so then I could point to that's not true. Because when you actually see the truth of yourself, or if you actually are feeling God or feeling Christ, it's not going to feel anywhere near that. You're going to feel like crying from a place of joy, crying from a place of happiness. I can't believe how much love I feel right now.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
So just the simple hearing of these words that points you in a different direction. If you're seeing evil creatures, if you're feeling fear, you're going in a different direction. That's not the truth of yourself. Those are going to be lies, illusions, little, I like to call them little evil entities, right? Like it points to in the Bible, but go more towards the love, the joy. And like you said, I'm starting to love myself. Keep doing it more and more and more and more and more.
Okay. All right. So
beautiful.
Would that be like I should be mean to other people, or what? When you say loving myself, like if I have a partner or I have children, and then they be like, oh, you only look at yourself, you only do things for yourself. Is that the one I'm supposed to be doing?
So this is where a lot of people get stuck. When you love yourself, you're going to recognize when you need to fill yourself up so you can fill them up as well, or you're going to recognize when you're empty and you can't do things for them because you're going to be frustrated or angry or tired or exhausted. So there'll be times when you set boundaries because you know that you need to take care of yourself, so then you can give to them more. Do you see what I'm pointing at? It's like when Jesus, he said, I'm leaving you all. I'm going to go pray to the Father. I'm going to go in isolation. I'm going to go alone, and I'm going to go get filled by the Father right now. So even Jesus would go alone, and he'd be like, I need my alone time with God. Even Jesus would. And then he would come back filled with answers and light and then serve. So in a very similar way, right? If you are just give, you're going to be an empty well. You won't have water to give. So you need to fill up that well so then you have water to give. Did we lose you, Kanam?
No, I'm here.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm here. I say thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
The little direction.
Yeah, thank you for coming up. With meditation, if you're continuing to meditate, any of the pictures, any of the thoughts, and any of the movies, okay, they're projections of the mind. There might be, let me know if you don't understand some of the English. So the pictures, the videos, or the thoughts, they are projections of the mind. It's not going to be the truth of yourself. So it's when you're meditating, you keep rejecting those things. This isn't the real me. This isn't the real me. This isn't the real me. So just if you're going to continue to meditate, keep rejecting all of those creatures and all those things, right? Because that's not who you really are.
Okay.
Beautiful.
But it's the first step. I'm sure that is why, I had to meet the messy part of me.
Yeah. It's a beautiful journey that you're on, and thank you so much for coming up here. I send you an immensity of love as well in this moment, and continue to be involved in this channel, and things will shift and will change.
Good night.
Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and invite the next person up here. Thank you, Kanam, for coming up. It's a little bit hard to hear. Everybody send her some love. Thank you for coming up. All of you who have come up tonight have been incredible. We're going to go ahead and invite Abigail up now, if she wishes to come up, if she's still in here. I don't know if she's still here. We'll find out. Abigail is gone, and then we did have breaking, but it looks like you didn't want to come up now. If there's anybody else who wants to be the last person, otherwise I'm going to end the live. If one more person wants to come up, click on the blue and pink people there. If you want to come up and chat, if you want to release anything, if you want to ask questions or talk about your own experience when it comes to your journey, breaking the cycle of pain, you do want to come up? Okay. I did see you on there, but then it took you off, so I'll go ahead and invite you up.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah, thank you for this beautiful channel. I really, really like it.
Yeah, excellent. Welcome in.
Yeah, you're welcome. And yes, my journey about healing pain that has been for a while, like probably 3 years with chronic pain, and finally my surgery was done on May last year, and it was amazing. So yes, now like yourself, my goal is to create awareness about how to break the cycle of pain, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the beautiful awareness about Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
And how people, like when you talk about high consciousness level or unity consciousness, and And when you are with people, religious people around you, they do not understand. It's just like they can't understand when you are speaking in a different level of,
Yeah.
right?
So Christ. So when Jesus talks, he says, "For those with ears." Whoops. For the my voice is going, or the mic is going. For those with ears that can hear, let them hear. For those with eyes that can see, let them see. He's pointing to the level of understanding of consciousness. He's saying very few people are going to understand these words. The disciples say, "Well, Lord, you speak in parables. We don't understand." Right? Why are you speaking in this way? Right? Because it's few people will actually go in and implant those seeds and make the changes and differences. So if people are holding on to their own belief systems or their own ego identity, they're not going to be able to hear the words properly. And that's exactly what you're pointing to right now.
Yeah, I would like to know what are your opinions about Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations and related to neuroscience. Like literally he's merging all wisdom between Taoism and Taoism and neuroscience. What is your opinion about that?
Yeah, so when you talk about the Tao or Taoism, right? So the Tao that can be explained is not the eternal Tao. Joe Dispenza is proving it through quantum physics, right? And through science. He's saying, look, this is what's happening with the neurons in the brain. This is what's happening with the wavelengths when we go into deep levels of meditation, of connection, and we're releasing the old self. So he's proving it from a scientific level. And then this guy is speaking from a flow of spirit to put even a different understanding and spin into it, but it's beautiful. I mean, I'm not too sure what you want me to say about his teachings, but there's nothing missing the mark. He's definitely on point. Would I say that he's an enlightened being? No. But is he 100% one of the greatest services to humanity right now? Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for saying that. Yes, I really love all his job, his work, and I've been in one of his long retreats, and I have all his books, and I have read them all. And also I did in my journey the Celebrate Recovery about, I don't know if you heard about that, Celebrate Recovery, that is all about Jesus Christ, right? And it's just is so much in alignment what Jesus said.
Yeah.
But Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks in about neuroscience and epigenetic level. But it's all related. But my friends that I have, my religious Christian friends, I cannot talk about this topic because according to them, this is the evil, you know.
You're right. Yeah.
So it's lovely hearing you being able to speak the word of God, Jesus using Bible verses in a higher level consciousness, so people
of understanding, right? Blessed are the peacemakers, the kingdom of heaven is theirs. For I tell you, if they're not against me, they are for me, right? So if they're not against me, they're for me, right? If they're creating the kingdom of heaven. What happens is, if the mirror is getting turned inward, look at yourself, question these teachings, question certain things. People get very, they feel like they're being attacked, right? My own ego identity is being attacked, so I'm not going to listen to this word and I'm going to lash back out. It literally feels like an attack if a belief system that's very deep, especially if it's I'm praying to a man in the clouds, and I believe it very deeply, do not take that away from me. No way, no way, no way. Do not take away my man in the clouds, right? So it becomes a literal, like a sword almost inside. This is why there's so much pain and so much hurt there if someone points at that. And then the same thing if you were to point a mirror inward at somebody that is having false illusions going on, they're not going to look at it. The Bible mentions thoughts, the mind, the heart, and meditation a lot. It mentions meditation like 40 times in the Bible. And then a lot of people grab onto that meditation is evil, it's of the devil. It literally says to meditate in the Bible.
Yeah, but what they said is meditate in the Word of God, not like just meditate on what the Bible said. But sometimes the Bible is pretty confusing too. Like,
so it also says take every thought captive, and when you're in true meditation, you're taking every thought captive. You're making it. You're not the mind. You're not those thoughts. You're not those beliefs. You're taking it captive, and then you're coming into the oneness, into the unity with the Father.
Exactly, which is pure love.
Pure love. Yes. 100%.
I have another question about your perspective regards to the awakening the pineal gland.
Yeah. You just want my outlook on it, or were you gonna ask?
Your perception of awakening the pineal gland is when you actually your antenna gets in tune, so you have the access and the beautiful gift to be intuitive, and
Yeah.
so I think you kind of have some sort of channeling gift. I can perceive that by the way that you're talking to. I can perceive that you are being guided by the angels. So is the beautiful gift that we all have, like awakening the pineal gland, and only is when we quiet our mind. That's when it's happening.
So I'll point to a couple truths here. The pineal gland can be of great service to some people and not to others. So what's going to happen is if someone is completely asleep, they're completely unconscious, and they're not able to see truths in the world or about themselves, most of the time the pineal gland is completely blocked, right? This is why a lot of people say decalcify it, decalcify it, decalcify it, because then you're able to start seeing a much larger truth. However, are you spiritually awake at that point? No. So what's truly the flowing from a higher mind and a higher consciousness is a great surrender of the ego. The I am this, I am that, I have this power, I'm in control, all those things, the surrender of that is what actually creates the truth. But the pineal gland will expand you to a much greater light and able to see lots and lots of things in a whole different way. It's like you've been sleepwalking your whole life, right? And all of a sudden you're like, whoa.
Exactly. That's when you awake consciousness, it's like when you are in grade 10 and you cannot go back to the knowledge of grade 2 or grade 3 because
right.
For you is boring. You already have that.
Yes.
Right? It's
yeah.
What happens when you are dating someone and this person is a low conscious being.
Yeah.
You can't match it because it's like you are in grade 10, try to date someone in grade 1. Spiritually, energetically, and level of consciousness is not a match.
Yeah, exactly. So frequencies attract like each other, like unto each other, right? So a lot of times what people will say, no, I'm so opposite than my wife or husband or whatever. In truth, not. On a frequential level, you're very similar, except they're a mirror to trigger you and to bring you to a deeper level of your own awakening. For example, normally your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband is the only person that can make you angry about certain things or sad or whatever, and they're able to push your buttons. So in truth, right, like will attract unto itself. And once you're saying, well, I feel like I'm in a higher level of consciousness, you will not be attracted to the same person any longer.
Right. That's what I'm single.
Yeah, that might happen. Or the right person shows up at the right time now, right? So trusting that the higher mind, the thoughts that you're in alignment with of the right person will show up at the perfect time, and all of a sudden you're both feeling whole and complete, and you're just creating and having fun together.
That's but the beautiful thing, that the words that you said before, like you're gonna fulfill your heart, your heart, like fulfill all the beautiful abundance, and then when someone comes, it has to be whole. That person, if that person is whole and I am whole, then I don't need to love with attachments, but it's a supplement instead of me. I can't explain.
It's a complement to each other's experience rather than a need for filling a void or filling a hole of loneliness, of validation, of whatever it is that's there that's empty, right? Now it's just a complement to each other.
Exactly. That's right. And I have my last question for you.
Yeah.
Some spiritual leaders, what is your opinion about how spiritual leaders that are leaders and use the gospel of romance to avoid accountability? What do you think about that?
I'm not quite sure what you're pointing to. I guess I would need a circumstance. This guy often doesn't look into a lot of controversial things because it just creates more of it. You see more of it. So you'd have to point out maybe a specific circumstance or...
that someone hurts you and causes you severe pain, and this person is a leader from a religious church, and this person used the Romans, especially gospel from Romans, when they say Romans 18, when it says the vengeance is only mine and only mine. It's like diminish the victim in whatever is going to happen. So it's like they trying to avoid accountability. So what is your opinion about that?
If someone is ever using
the power,
if someone's ever using the power of the word for their own egotistical gain, right, they're going to be met with their own karmic bonds. A lot of times people will use it for guilt, shaming people, getting people to do things, taking advantage of others, turning you into a slave or a victim or whatever it is. That can happen. The only reason why so the Bible is the most powerful book ever written, and this is why people are able to use it against others. This is why it creates massive conflicts and battles and guilts and shames, because it is that powerful. But that's when it's misused, misunderstood, and when an ego identity takes advantage of it, takes control of it. So are they a true spiritual leader? No, right? They're wearing a fake mask.
Exactly. That's the thing. And forgiving a person who actually is in that role is deeply, deeply challenging.
Forgive them, Father, for they don't know what they do, or it is not my choice for them to whatever karmic bonds that they meet, right? So, a couple things that Jesus points to. Do not judge lest you be judged, right? For whatever you judge with the same judgment that you give another, you will be judged for the same. He's pointing to karmic bonds that are being tied through your own mind. And then also, Father, when I go to you and I pray, I forgive all others so I can be forgiven. He says, forgive all others so you can be forgiven. It's like the resentments and judgments that are being held within your own body, within your own being, is holding you back from that unity, from that love, and from that light. You're not able to connect because the forgiveness is the only thing that can get you there.
I feel a little bit stuck in that part.
Yeah.
I am able to forgive, and that forgive to the point of love. But breaking the bond, energetic bond, it has been really hard.
Yes, two sides to the same coin, right? So if there's someone who is hurt, or there's a victim, and then there has to be the perpetrator, there has to be the one who hurt you, and then we're connected in wholeness. If you were to zoom out into see existence, you're bound to that contract. And it is only an immensity of truth, of love and forgiveness that will unbind you from that contract. I am no longer bound to the perpetrator. I'm no longer bound to the pain. I am released from that contract.
Do you have a prayer for that? Like a special prayer for that?
It's going to be within your own heart when you're ready to forgive at the greatest of depths. So the best way I can say this is, a lot of people say, I'm so loving, I'm so forgiving, but 5 years ago they did this to me. I'm not happy about what they did this. I borrowed them money a year ago and they didn't pay me back, whatever it is. So there's a story with Buddha. This is the best way I can say this. Buddha is hanging out, okay? So Buddha's hanging out, he's being the Buddha. He's just like, I love life, right? He's just meditating and all is good, all is well. There's a man that comes up to Buddha and he's extremely frustrated and angry. I've been hearing your teachings and I'm so sick of your energy. I hate you. You're a pile of garbage. And he spits on the Buddha and he's cursing him, and Buddha's still just sitting there and he does nothing, right? And the man gets more and more angry, more and more frustrated, and finally leaves. The man finally leaves, and Buddha's still just sitting there doing his thing, right? He's just still living in oneness and in love. So the man leaves, and then he spends the next 2 weeks by himself, and he over a few days, finally he starts breaking down. It takes him a few days, but then he starts beating himself up and crying. Why did I do that? What is wrong with me? I'm a horrible person. What, right? And he starts to wake up slowly, and the pain starts to eat away at him. So then finally he realized, I need to go back to Buddha and ask for forgiveness. So he walks back to the Buddha and he's crying. I'm so sorry. I should have never spit on you. I'm a horrible, evil man. I'm a horrible sinner. Right. And he's saying, please forgive me. What is wrong with me? Right. And the Buddha says, what are you talking about? What man are you talking about? Right? Because he's living in the exact present moment with that man right now. There's no memory being held onto. There's no resentment. There's no judgment. There's nothing. He's seeing the wholeness of that man in that moment, right? And he's saying, you're living in love with me right now. I hold zero. The moment you asked for forgiveness, you're forgiven. There's no memory left there. And that's the pure washing of the blood of Christ that it points to in the Bible. The moment you're washed with the blood of Christ, there's no memory of any of the sins. They're gone.
So I'm not waiting for this person to ask me to forgive, like for forgiveness. I know, even though he's a Christian.
Yeah. So
he won't do it anyway. He won't recognize it, and a lawsuit is gonna come through. So everything is in the court process at this point for everything this person did. I don't want to remember him. I try to block him even from my meditation, but sometimes the just memories come back. It tricks your subconscious, conscious mind.
Yeah, exactly, because it's still within. It's always rising where? From within where?
Exactly, but because something really happened, really, really profound, that it was crossed, and it was in a moment of vulnerability when he was my therapist, and the boundaries were crossed, and then sexuality happened. So it's very, 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 very strong. Like even a year later, I haven't been able to close those doors.
Yeah.
Because unresolved things, and because things that haven't been resolved.
Right. So sometimes there's things that are near impossible for the identity to do. That which has happened to our personal identity, I can't forgive that. I can't give that up. I can't do it. It's only Christ consciousness. It's only a higher heart. It's only a higher love. It's only Jesus, whatever, that can do it. Right. So sometimes it's only that immensity of that understanding of that heart that can actually cleanse something like that. Because the forgiveness isn't for him necessarily. It's for your own being, because everything is arising within you. So Christ says that which is left in the darkness is that which will destroy you, and that which is brought into the light is that which will save you. So that's the bringing of things into the light, and then so it can be washed and cleansed so your being can be free. It's for your own freedom. It's not necessarily for the other person's freedom. Although you might remove them from the coin, they'll find another coin, right? They'll find another coin to latch onto.
Yes, that's true. So it is, and sometimes I think it's part of my ego, but I am still working on it in the forgiveness and letting him go of my heart, even though I feel love for this person.
Yeah.
It's so bad that I say, why do I feel love for this person if this person didn't treat me how I deserve to be treated?
Because they were still a part of your journey and your story, yeah? They were still a part of your experience of who you are now and what you're understanding and becoming. So every single person, regardless of whether it seems like they hurt you in a very big way, or they treated you with love, honor, and respect, they're still a part of your being human. So when you pass, when you're in spirit, you're going to see every single person as this beautiful experience of what you went through. Wow. Even though it felt like they treated me horrible in that moment, I love them. I don't know how, but they were a part of that. It's like the Buddha loving that man, that even though he was being spit on by the man.
Exactly, that's the thing. And I say, why should I feel love for this person? And I am still in there. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
For bringing light into bringing more conscious awareness into this. I feel like when I was I can't say I was in a relationship with this person, because it wasn't. It was totally, I don't know, it was a patient therapist. I can still figure it out what happened. I'm working on it. But what I said is, in my level of consciousnness, I feel like I'm in grade 10 and he's in grade 2.
Yeah.
Very religious, very extremely religious. They cannot see further the filters of the veils.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very, very hard to communicate with someone that you can't into that spiritual level. Right.
So some people are meant to be a part of our past, right? Not necessarily always meant to be there. If you're evolving at a much quicker level and they're not willing to go that route, then you're just gonna meet somebody new.
I know, and I want that. I just still wonder what was the lesson there.
to trigger you and bring you into where you are now.
it was very confusing lesson.
Yeah. So you went through a lot of emotions in that experience, did you not?
Yes, I did. Yes, you was.
And every single emotion was a teacher, yeah?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Have you ever experienced transcendental sex?
Yeah, where you're doing transcendental?
No, transcendental sex. Like in one of my experience where I was having sex with this person, I got out of body experience. So
Yeah.
I was at the roof observing what is happening.
Yeah.
At that moment, I said, I should be there, but I am here. So I was totally disassociated from the physical body. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I was dealing with chronic pain during that moment, and I was getting hurt emotionally.
Yes.
So I still trying to understand how.
So there might have been a great disassociation from that moment, right?
It was a disassociation. I was observing what was happening from the roof of the space that I was.
Yeah, I can't handle this level of emotional pain right now of what my mind, body, and soul is going through. I'm going to disassociate, right?
Yeah. So I feel like when I came back, it was strange because when I experienced an orgasm, the orgasm didn't feel in the sexual organs, it felt in my heart.
Yeah.
So in the heart was full of light.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand what actually happened. And yeah, so I don't know if you know something about it.
That's a beautiful experience. So similar to a Kundalini experience, someone is going to feel an immensity of orgasms in their body. And it's different than going through physical bodies touching. They're going to be like, oh, it's going to be just this immensity of hit after hit after hit in a very, very similar way. So chances are when you were out of body and then came back because of the disassociation, there was the recognition, I'm not truly this body. A lot of energy had a chance to move. It went into the heart, and then you started to have the heart orgasms rather than the sexual ones.
Exactly. So it was like an explosion of electrical.
Yes.
Electrical, because it was through all the spine.
Yeah.
From the tailbone to the spine to the head. And when I was observing this person, I saw the light of him. It wasn't him as a physical.
Yeah.
It was a light.
Right.
So it was bad because he's very lower dimensional person. He couldn't understand and comprehend everything.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, you're a witch." I am not a witch. I have extra gifts.
Mm-hmm. You were able to see the truth of his being in that moment. So you saw the awake being, and he is asleep in the physical form. That's in truth. That's what's happening.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens. And sometimes I felt like there was an energetic field between us of protection. And so it feels very, very dense, like it was like a field that was protecting me from him.
Yeah.
Like a wall. When you are driving a vehicle in 60 and then you hit a wall, sometimes it felt that way.
Yeah. Of course.
This is something that's trying to protect me from this being.
That happens all the time, whether people realize it or not. There's all sorts of things we cannot see that are divine protections on your journey to keep your life story going and alive. So, for example, there's a video of a guy, and he's praying over a man, right? And he's praying over him with Christ to heal his hand, and the guy's hand is healing. There's a man that hears him saying, "May you be healed by Jesus," or whatever his words were in that moment. And the man behind him takes out a club, and he's ready to smash him. Right behind that, another man rolls in with his guard dog. Instantly, it was like the man with the guard dog was watching over this, but he was a homeless guy with his dog, and he was instantly there to defend him. Now, this is divine protection, whether you want to believe it or not. In a very similar way, this happens all the time, and people just don't recognize it. They don't see it. There's a lot of people who scheme against this channel, against this guy. There's a lot of people who scheme against you. There's a lot of people who want to harm you, steal from you, all sorts of things. And there's all these other things going on that we're not aware of.
Yeah. interdimensional.
Yeah. Yes.
Sometimes, yeah, don't want you to get the ascension that you want to, or you need to for yourself.
Yeah. And there's such an immensity of pain in the dark cities that they need to pull in as much as they can, right? A great sense of jealousy, pain, the lust, the greeds, the fears, all of it. It's, don't you dare go to the city of light. I'm going to pull you back into hell, right? I'm going to pull you back into hell. So there are people who try and attack this guy, attack this channel, steal and harm or gossip or whatever it is, right? But there's all sorts of things happening in the background that I don't need to worry about, and you don't need to worry about.
Yeah, the protection.
Yeah, that's real protection when you just know, and you don't have to worry about it. I just know, right? You just know you're well taken care of.
That's true. That's totally true. Even you can call your spirit guides or the angels of protection, and you will feel the love, right? The connection. That is exactly what I feel when I do sometimes Dr. Joy Dispenza meditations.
Yeah.
Mystical experiences where I am pure light, and when I come back, my body is full of electrical light, and feeling that love in every cell of my body.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, it's beautiful. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your channel. I really appreciate it. It's a beautiful mission that you are here, and I'm glad that I met you today.
Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you so much. And our conversation, whether you realize it or not, did a lot for a lot of people in here.
So much love and light to you.
Yeah.
You're in my thoughts and in my astral.
Beautiful. Yeah. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming up.
Bye for now. Have a lovely night.
Everybody send Breaking the Pain Patterns. I believe that was the name, right? Breaking the Pain Patterns. Everybody send her some love. Wow, we got a lot of people who want to come up all of a sudden. I'm only going to have enough time and battery left for one more here. We got Sandstar. If Sandstar is still in here, if you want to come up. I don't think she's in here anymore. We had a lot more people that wanted to come up. Deb, did you want to come up? If Deb's still in here? No, not looking like it. So if someone rolls in and rolls out, it's going to kick them off real quick. Internet, it doesn't show me the rest of your name. Internet something? Nope, I guess Internet's gone as well. And then this name is in either Russian or, I don't know, maybe Ukraine. I'm not sure. Okay, that was everybody. I guess they all left already. That makes it easy for me. This is going to conclude our higher consciousness talks tonight. What an amazing evening. You're all incredible. I had a wonderful time. I enjoy all of you. We're going to be doing the same thing tomorrow. Sunday, okay? So it's going to be Sunday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We only do this on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday nights. And then we'll go back to the normal routine of the morning lives for upliftment, for encouragement, for spiritual empowerment, for activations and affirmations. And then the nighttime lives for sleep, for peace, for rest, for meditation and release. And that will start Monday again. If you need to contact me, thank you, JC, for the fireworks. Boom. If you feel like you need to contact me for a one-on-one, JC, you're awesome. You're awesome, JC. Thank you so much. Everybody give JC some love. She's always been an incredible blessing. If you feel like you need to or want to contact me, there's a little link I just put at the bottom. I work one-on-ones with individuals every Monday through Friday. It's for your journey, right? To create more peace, more love, more joy in your experience, in your world, in your mind. I specialize with the memories, with the traumas, any of the emotions that feel so difficult. We come in a very gentle way of the understanding of how they got formed, because when you were a little child, they were not there, right? You were creative, you were loving, you were having fun and playing. So let's get you back into a greater sense of freedom, and I'll send you the one-on-one information. I have a free ebook for anybody who's interested. It's all about transformation of the mind. It's for your spiritual and soul journey. It's beautiful stepping stones. How do we go from thinking one way, feeling one way, into a new version of ourselves with new results? A happier life. Same thing, fill out the link in the bottom left if you want the free ebook that is there for you. And then be sure to become a part of the community, the channel, right? I'm also sending out emails and things on the community board now for your spiritual and soul journey and on your path. The music is designed to create emotional states in you as well. And it's just an incredible journey that you're all on. I'm going to hang out for just a couple minutes now, answer questions that you might have. If you have questions about your own journey, your mind, your emotions, if you have questions about your circumstances, if you have questions about this channel, the merchandise, the one-on-ones, or the ebooks, please ask away now while I just hang out for just a couple minutes. Thanks, Terry, for being in here. Thank you, JC, so much for the fireworks as well. You're awesome. Yeah, hi JC. The Atom box, was that the box in the upper left that was the one that it said it was empty? Yeah, I think I saw somebody got a free membership or something from it. Was that what happened? Somebody got a free superstar membership or superfan membership? The tech support, the fan box? Yeah, is that what it was? I remember somebody saying thank you so much for the super fan. Thank you, Sonia, for the bear. Thank you, Sonia. Have a blessed night. Love the bear hugs. Bear hugs are great. You message you about one-on-one. It's not a bot. Yeah, it'll be me. Make sure it's from this channel. All right. I never send like, hey, I'll give you an energy reading. Yeah. Thanks, Sonia. No, it'll be for me. Yeah, I'll just send you the details. You can take a look and decide if it's something you want to jump further into. Yeah, hi, Ahmed. What's the question? Go ahead. Hi, Ahmed. They said I need to contact tech support. Why would I need to contact tech support? Sounds like a scam. Hey Susan, it should be on the bottom left. There's a little orange link on there. There's a little orange. Have a value for me? I'm not sure what you're pointing at, JC. What is the basic element needed for gaining high? What is the element needed for gaining higher consciousness? Surrender and love. Surrender and love. Surrender and love. So an open mind and a free heart, that way when truth starts going in, either from another being or from a higher power, you can hear it and you can receive it. You can't hear it or receive it if there's blockages, if there's entities. Yeah, the more surrendered you are to reality, I don't know. If there isn't peace, if there isn't connection, if there isn't love, if there isn't joy, if there isn't fruits, it's the admitting to ourselves, okay, I don't have the answers. Then the more you say, I don't have the answers, something else can give me the answers. Right? Something else can flow in. There's the opportunity. And sometimes it shows up in reality as another being. Because the fan box gift wasn't supposed to be empty for you. Oh, I don't think it was, JC. I think, so there was someone that said that they got a super fan membership from it. Somebody said that they like got the box or something and they got a super fan membership from it. So the channel still supports or gets something from that. I can contact him and say that it was empty. I don't know. I'll try, but Andrea, how do you surrender? Great question. How is that which I think I am, how does it surrender? So in truth, it's going to be a natural occurrence when you hear this guy talk a lot. It's going to be a natural occurrence when you meet a true spiritual teacher. And I'm not trying to say that from I'm higher or better than other people, but when truth starts to finally go in, the illusions and the lies start to dissolve. Okay, so a lot of times people are like, I want to give this up. I want to surrender this. I want to surrender this. It's like, I talk about a virus that goes in. When you get a cold, when you get a flu, a virus goes into your cells. It goes into one cell and it starts making copy after copy after copy after copy. And eventually you're sick. Ugh, I don't feel so good. I'm sick. In a different way, in the opposite way, this goes in. It starts to rewrite. It starts to move through your system, through your being. It starts to dissolve that which you want to surrender. And it starts to break through those dirty walls. And then you feel better and better and better and better instead of sicker and sicker and sicker, you feel better and better and better and better. You shall know the truth shall set you free. The truth is the most powerful thing in the universe and all of existence. Why? Because it's true. Everything else is a lie, yeah? If there's only one truth, everything else is a lie and an illusion. So that which is the truth is the most powerful thing in all of existence. It will do the work for you. Dive into the channel. Yeah, comfort and happiness fountain, that's right. Come drink. Come drink. Yeah, the water's good. Water is good. You're all awesome on the likes. Thank you so much for all the likes. How do you release overwhelming fear? So I talk about momentum in the mind, Lori. Your mind is like a river. Okay, sometimes this river is moving very, very quickly. This is going to be that energy of overwhelming fear. Our ears, our eyes, our experience with our body, with our nervous system, it absorbs everything. And there's a lot of momentum built. Whatever the momentum of an emotion is, it's going to dominate your experience. So the more that you involve yourself in something like this, or you're in nature, or you're taking nice baths for yourself, or you're playing gentle music or classical music like Mozart, it's going to start breaking apart that momentum. But if you're watching the news or doom scrolling on social media or looking at all your old text messages about fights and arguments, it's just going to continue to build. So it's about breaking the pattern and starting to replace it with something that's going to remove that momentum from the mind. So when people listen to my voice, especially in the nighttime lives, that momentum is getting broken up. And all of a sudden they're like, wow, I can sleep. I can go to bed all night. What's happening? I'm having nice dreams instead of nightmares. I'm feeling peace instead of fear. Hi, Winifreda. Good to see you. Just allowing a couple last questions. The questions are awesome. Thank you so much. Lori, if you're someone who believes in Jesus, who believes in Christ, and you can hold on to it, you can also start to have a mantra, Bible mantra, play in your head, like the joy of the Lord is my strength. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but I shall fear no evil. Right? Little verses, if you replay them over and over, sometimes it'll wash out that fear. Perfect love casts out all fear. Fear does not belong in a vessel of God. Those kind of things. Sometimes that can dissolve those very, very quickly as you hold on to that rather than the fear. Will it slow with practice and dedication? Yes. 100%. You go and you take a rope and there's a wild horse out, right? You're trying to tame a wild horse. It's going to kick, it's going to scream, it's going to fight, it's going to do all those things in the beginning. Eventually, through patience, through consistency, through love, this animal becomes tame. The animal becomes tame. The mind becomes tame. Okay, you are my master. I understand now. You're my master. That's right. I own you, mind. You're going to do what I want you to do. You're going to think this way. You're going to create this way. You're going to act this way in the world. You're no longer a wild horse that just gets to do whatever you want. JC had passed out, yeah. The tap sensor's gone, passed out. These are awesome questions. You're all incredible for the questions. Deeply intuitive questions. Oh, yeah, I might have to take a break for the night. JC, it might have to be done for the night. It might have recorded too many too fast. Every once in a while, I think you got to give those a break. Otherwise, they don't like it. I'm not sure what the number is, but if there's too many too fast, it doesn't like it. Thank you, Mary, for being in here. Thank you, Mary, for being in here. If anybody wants to be a deeper part of the channel, have access to me all the time, and be in a very fun superfan chat that is growing very quickly, become a superfan. Yeah, be a greater support, and you can have access to me and then also have fun in that chat. I'm also giving them little extra offers here and there as well. Tapped out, yeah. Throwing up the white flag. Excellent. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I will see a lot of you tomorrow evening. I would like to have more people come up, and that'll be 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time once again. You all have an amazing evening. Have some sweet dreams. Sleep in comfort and rest. Allow yourself to take a deep breath in through the nose with me now. And on the release, just say, ah. One more deep breath in through the nose with me. And on the exhale, just say, ah. Feeling more at peace, more comfort, more relaxed, and allowing yourself to drift into a beautiful night of sleep. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing night. Bye-bye. Good night, good night.